Boom, 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 boom. What's up, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Today we got a great show for you guys. Today, like always, talking about how even the most biggest Nintendo Switch 2 haters, a guy who's wrote scathing article after scathing article. I think we talked about this yesterday a little bit, didn't we? But I wanted to make it one of the different topics because we're seeing this. We're starting to see this, starting to see the contradictions, the hypocritical nature of people, where it's rules for thee, but not for me. Rules for thee, but not for me. Oh, you nostalgia-baited Nintendo drones. How dare you guys be excited for the Nintendo Switch 2 in 2025? Oh, I'm not nostalgia-driven. I don't need nostalgia. They don't make anything that I want. Yeah, I'm so glad for Xbox. Xbox is so great. I'm so happy. Oh man, yo, we gotta talk about this, bro. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Nobody said anything about GTA on Switch 2. It is so good. We gotta discuss this, man. Don't worry about Nintendo. That dude's a freaking weirdo. I don't even know why people keep bringing him up. We're not talking about him. That dude's, like I said, that dude's a complete. He's a psycho. He's a complete schizo. We're not talking about him. So we're gonna discuss this as well. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be fun. Xbox, all uppercase. And, you know, that's kind of how I thought it always was. Jeff Shadow with the 200 jewels. Hey, sunny side up, sunny side up. Yo, thank you, Jeff Shadow. I'm just gonna say, yo, that's like $2. Sorry. Jeff Shadow. Thank you for the 2. Appreciate that, my boy. Thank you for the first membership. Or thank you for the first dono of the stream. Appreciate that, Jeff Shadow. Oh my gosh. So we're gonna talk about all that. We're gonna go over you guys' most anticipated games for the second half of the year. A lot of new games getting release dates, getting announcements, getting all sorts of stuff. So that's gonna be fun. We've got full JOJO Friday and rewards today, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It should be a rocking stream. 13 more combos. We got the first 15-minute extension. Hey yo, let's get the shout outs. Let's see. First, I want to say GTA 6 will be on Switch 2. I'll take my flowers when that happens. I don't know if it's gonna be on there or not, but I'm not talking about GTA on Switch 2. Like somebody put GTA 6 on Switch 2 question mark. Nobody said that. I didn't say all that. So I don't know where that's coming from. So I want to shut that down right now before we start getting people, before it turns into a damn GTA 6 stream. For those who don't know, I don't like GTA, so I'm not like sitting here hoping and praying like it comes to Switch 2. Like I mean, it'd be cool. It would definitely help out the system. Obviously, it'd be great for sales and all that. But I mean, if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Like, you know, it is what it is. I got a PS5 Pro. I'll check it out on there. I'll probably drop it halfway through like I usually do with GTA. Let's see here. Let's see here. Jesse is annoying when he just says he brought up for nostalgia. You can't actually try the new games like Xenoblade, Splatoon, Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave. I feel like asking him. I mean, no, you don't, because he doesn't want to play that type of stuff. He's not into that. So since he's not into that, then there's no point in asking him because it doesn't matter to him. So he's never gonna try it, and he's not into it, so it don't matter. I'm just, like I said, I'm just saying he's not the only one. He's not the only one who flip-flopped McDropped. That flip-flopped and said some stuff and was very angry last year at Nintendo. Basically called them the devil. You know what I'm saying? And then now all of a sudden, oh, I bought it because I got what I wanted. I saw something that I wanted. You know. But it was funny. Last year he was bashing people who were just buying Nintendo or getting excited for Nintendo based off nostalgia, and then he bought one based off nostalgia. Star Fox 64. It's a remake of Star Fox. Oh, well, he grew up playing the game. So since he grew up playing, and it's memorable and good for him. Now it's okay. But people that were getting excited to be able to play their favorite games, it's a problem. I'm happy that there's Xbox. I'm not blinded by nostalgia. Shout outs to Shaw X with the $10 JOJO. That says JoJo Friday, goddamn it. Elliot, Lego, Batman, Star Fox, Ocarina of Time, Wolverine, Phantom, Blade, Zero are my most anticipated games for the second half of the year. Damn, that's a lot of games. It is a lot of games, man. I'm so excited. I'm excited for the second half of the year because there's going to be football, Ocarina of Time, you know, all sorts of stuff going on, man. Like, there's going to be, it's going to be awesome. There's going to be summer, training camps, Star Fox, Splatoon, all sorts of good stuff happening, man. I'm excited. And Fire Emblem's probably going to be right around the NFL season starting. So it's going to be Fire Emblem, portable mode, big screen TV. Big screen TV in the living room, Fire Emblem, portable mode, Niners. It's going to be a glorious year. It is going to be a glorious year for the NFL. And for the Switch 2. NFL and Switch 2 go hand in hand. Nintendo needs to do a sponsorship with the NFL. Like, yo, bring your Switch 2s. Watch the game. Play some Madden. I don't know. They need to do it, though. They need to do it. Shout outs to my man, Shaw X. Thank you for the big 10. You're now the Hokage and stream Ninja. Anybody does 10 or more, you can be there. And you know what? Yo, Shaw X, you did that $10 plus, so you know what time it is, Shaw X. I think we all know what needs to happen next. For those who don't know, you're going to know very soon. Big love. Star Fox, Madden 27, Fire Emblem, Ocarina of Time, Dust Bloods. Oh, yeah. Yeah, give me some of that Star Fox. I want to see how Madden turns out. I mean, I played Madden like with the free trial, and it's okay. But I want to see how, like, they need to get that up to 60 FPS, or at least targeting 60 FPS on Switch 2. Use some DLSS or something like that. So I hope they make this upcoming year's better, which I think they should. Shaw X, thank you for the big 10. Now that is the first JoJo of the stream, so you guys know every time we get that 10 up, we play in the JoJos every single time. Here we go. Yes, sir. Check that pose. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, guys. The Wii U revisionists are crazy. The Wii U revisionists coming through like the Wii U revisionists. Oh man, lots of games already. Still have directs. Hopefully we'll get a State of Play Xbox Showcase, Summer Games Fest. Summer Games Fest, man. You can't wait for that. That's gonna be awesome. Because like Summer Games Fest are always so good. What's on my shirt? Nothing's on my shirt, apparently. Summer Games Fest are gonna be awesome. They're always so good. I'm always looking forward to Summer Games Fest. They're always really, really, really good. Standout shows. Let's go. Oh, man. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, V? Welcome to the stream, young lady. How you doing today? Some people get crazy impatient with certain releases. I get some games are in a long drought, relatively speaking, but a lot of B-tier IPs typically wait much longer. Now B-tier is shining. Bruh. Bro, I'm playing a 79 rated game right now, and I swear to you, it is better than like a lot of the 9 out of 10 games that come out. Like, no cap. And the 8 out of 10. I mean, technically speaking, it got an 8 out of 10 on Switch 1, but there wasn't that many reviews. Most of the reviews were on PS5, and it got a 79 rating. And I'm telling you, man, it's just because the graphics. That's the only thing that I can think of are the graphics, because the story is banging. The gameplay is dope. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make a video on it. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to beat everything in the game. But like Romancing Saga 2, man, Revenge of the Seven, 79 rated game. People didn't really think too much of it. I mean, it's a good game. Obviously, 79 is a good game. That's a positive score. But this game is more fun. Like, in terms of mechanics and gameplay and depth, it crushes Expedition 33. It's not even close. Expedition 33 just got everything else better. It's got better graphics. The story is more cinematic. I don't know if the story's better, but the story's more cinematic, and epic. The voice acting's better, graphics are better, you know, but gameplay wise, like that whole parry stuff, it's cool and it's fun. Don't get me wrong, I love Expedition. It's one of my favorite games, but it doesn't like replace real strategy and tactics with classes, like having formations, having defensive tanks, having, you know, having like skills that you can do that say, okay, parry this percentage of the time, having like offensive weapons and magic users specifically for this, having a range and a host of actual weapons, not just weird random modifiers. Like, it doesn't actually replace traditional turn-based RPGs. Not even close. You know, not even close. Romancing Saga, I mean, I already knew that from Xenoblade and stuff, but Romancing Saga is teaching me that because it's the first time that I've played a turn-based RPG, not since Expedition, but one that I think that I'm really going to get like deep into, you know? Forgot about Fire Emblem like you forgot about Dre. Shout outs to Shot X. Thank you for another $2 dono. Up in the lead to $12. Anybody else told me, man? Shot X on the Bizzard. You forgot about Fire Emblem. You cannot. You also can't forget to hit the like button. We've got 150 people plus. We should be hitting the like button. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. Star Fox, Ken S, Splatoon, Wolverine, Lego, Batman, Ocarina of Time. I predict Nintendo will reveal Ocarina of Remake this Summer Games Fest. Nintendo's not going to reveal Ocarina of Time at the Summer Games Fest. That's not happening. I tried and couldn't get into Romancing Saga 3. Try 2, the remake. Try 2. And the Dust Bloods drops this year. It's a wrap. I gotta see how good the Dust Bloods is, man. Yo, what's up, King Mr. J? What's up, fam? Shout out to the Twitch fam out there. Yo, let's go. Let's see. Mr. Oh, my Knight? D Nitro. I don't know how to say your name, but shout outs, man. Rogue, yo, you got here before another meeting. Hey, let's go. Awesome Friday. Let's go, baby. No, don't hit the like button twice. If you hit the like button twice, that means you didn't like it. So just hit it one time. That's all we need. How many games will be canceled from this year's Summer Games Fest or die early, and if not, come at all? I know that Jeff Keighley learned a very valuable lesson. Do not hype up live service games as the last thing. Do not do that. I think he'll never do that again. I mean, I know he did Arc Raiders. That was like years ago. People forgot about Arc Raiders though until it came out. But like, do not hype up like live service games. Like, High Guard was the funniest thing, cause like Keighley was like dead set that High Guard was gonna be like the next big thing, and he was like dropping like my apology. Remember that? Like, my apologies. Oh my god, bro, he got cooked though. He got roasted.
The replacement salesman at my job that has been making things is gone today, and it's weird. All of a sudden I feel like playing games again. I'm playing Forza Horizon 6, and so far I'm liking it more than 5.
Nice.
You wouldn't know it, but I'm a Horizon fan.
I think you said something about being a Horizon fan before in the past. Like, it looks like it's really fun. I think I can actually get a review code for the game. So I might check it out myself. I'm not a big racing guy anymore, but I mean, I've seen some of the stuff in the game, like a big robot, like a Gundam running around the screen and stuff like that. So it looks like it's definitely, I mean, the Horizon games have always been kind of arcadey and gamey, like RPG points and stuff like that. But I might want to check it out. I used to play a lot of Need for Speed Underground back in the day. That's probably like my favorite racing game is Need for Speed Underground 2. But ever since then, I kind of just like fell out of racing games after the 6th gen. 6th gen, I stopped playing racing games. 7th gen, 8th gen, 9th gen, current gen, I just stopped playing. But I know, like, in the 6th gen, 5th, obviously, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube, PS. I played a ton of racing games back then. But I just kind of said, I'm good on racing. But yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Combo breaks. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. And the overclock 50-minute extension. Let's go.
Overclock Buster.
Go. Concord 3. Concord. Hey, what's up, Max Only? Welcome, man. I'm glad that you're here too. Good morning, OJ. I want a Romancing Saga 3 as the remake in the same vein as 2 did did now. I don't know if they did or not. I don't think they have. Appreciate that. Shout out to Justin. Thank you for using the Streamlabs link, guys. I appreciate that. Justin hitting this up. Thank you for the big $3. Link there if you use it if you want to. It's at the bottom instead of the top. So I don't know, YouTube. It's also in the description as well. So, but I have to remove this whole restream thing. So it's in the description there. Shout outs to Justin. I appreciate that. And also shout outs to D-Mang with the 10 Jesus. Thank you, Switchman. I appreciate that. Are you sure you're going to like the newest Horizon game? I don't think it has pinatas. I know. Keep me away from pinatas, bro. Keep me away from pinatas. Please. Need for Speed Underground 2 is my favorite racing game of all time. Yeah, it's a lot of people's favorite racing game of all time. Like, I really like the underground aesthetics of it. It was coming. That game came out like around the time of like Fast and the Furious and all that. So it was like that was when like Fast and the Furious was at its peak and it was new. So people really enjoyed, you know, the Need for Speed Underground games because it was kind of like, it felt like, you know, Fast and the Furious. So, yeah, something that, I don't know, I just never really got into it after the 6th gen. 7th gen came out and it was just like, I don't know, I played some racing games. I think I played like Need for Speed Carbon on the Wii. I played racing games, but I just never really got into them after the 6th gen. Speaking of Gundam, hey Bandai, how about making a good Gundam game? Damn it! You know what? I would love a good Gundam game, but to be honest, Xenoblade Chronicles X is basically like a Gundam game, but like it's better than any Gundam game that I've played. The best Gundam game that I've ever played is like Gundam, like Endless Waltz or Endless Duel or whatever. It's like a 2D fighting game from the Super Famicom. That's like the best Gundam game that I've played. Every other Gundam game has been like mediocre. There was a Gundam game on the Dreamcast, Mobile Suit Gundam game. It wasn't that great. There was a Gundam. There's been like the SP Gundam games, like the strategy RPGs. Those are actually pretty good, but you know, whatever on those. But for me, yeah, that's the last time that I actually played it. But yeah, you're right. I would love a good Gundam game. I would definitely love a good Gundam game. Gundam Battle Assault was good on the PS1. Yeah, the PS1. A hot minute ago. Party man with the Ninja Peach.
Something must be in the air because I'm also starting to get out of my funk and wanting to play video games again.
Yeah.
I think with getting my car fixed and work not being as annoying is helping. Can
Yeah.
finally move on to the next arc LMAO.
Yeah,
Any
I think
music works.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, guys. It's that like once you like if you start having stuff happen at work and all that, you're too mentally drained to kind of dedicate yourself to something else. All you want to do is eat and relax. You don't want to actually be into it, like mentally. You don't want to put yourself into that. Hey, what's up, J-Views? And I think after I beat Xenoblade Chronicles X, I was kind of like in a funk for a while. What am I gonna play next? What am I gonna play next? But then when you kind of figure it out what you want to play next, and like when you kind of have you take care of some other things, because there was like a lot of stuff that I had to do, because I just wasn't having time. I'm like, oh, okay, now I can actually kind of get into it, man. You know, so but the problem for me though is that I'm still kind of not out of the funk. But like the game is like Romancing Saga 2 is really good, so I'm like staying up way too late in the night or in the morning and playing the game, and I'm not getting a lot of sleep. So I definitely need to chill a little bit. Oh, here we go, Mario Galaxy for Party Man. So I definitely need to chill a little bit because I have been staying up way too late, like up until like 2 a.m. or even like 3 a.m. playing Romancing Saga. So yeah, I think I put about 10 hours just this week alone. I put about 10 hours into it. So I'm definitely hitting it up every night. I'm hitting it up, you know, at least 3 hours or so plus before I go to bed. It's very fun. It's very fun. Very good game so far. Let's see. Are we going to get Black Keely stream when Summer Games Fest hits? Nah, probably not, man. After Mr. Keely's dad died, I kind of don't want to, you know, use his last name like that. So probably no. I might have retired. I might retire the character. You know, I don't think Keely's ever gonna respond to me, but I mean, I'll ask him. You know, maybe I'll send him a DM like, hey man, I had this character called Black Keely where it was kind of just parroting because you were one of the guys that I actually looked at as inspiration for when I started doing like all this. Like I used to watch Keely on G4TV.com. He was one of the first people that I watched, like in terms of like gaming media, that got me into it. You know, in the early 2000s, because he was on G4. So I believe it or not, I actually like Keely. I know people think maybe I don't, but no, I actually do. And like I said, he was an inspiration. He was part of the inspiration for me when it comes to wanting to get into video games media. So I mean, maybe I'll DM him and I'll ask him, but I mean, I don't know, man. That's his last name. That's his dad's last name. You know, like that's a sense of pride. You know, where I come from, you know, you like your last name is like a real sense of pride. So it's like if somebody's parroting your last name like that, that's like in bad taste, especially if like, you know, your father passes away, right? So I don't know. I think it would be kind of in poor taste, even though it's just like obviously I'm not being serious or I'm not, you know, belittling him, but I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'll DM him, and if he has no problem with it or if he doesn't respond back, then maybe I'll be like, all right, maybe he doesn't care, you know. Let's see here. Jeff Keighley's a super OG. Jeff Keighley's like super OG. In terms of like gaming media really started picking up. I mean, before like we had the magazine era, but when it comes to like online and like TV, gaming media started picking up like in the late 90s, early 2000s. And Jeff Keighley was right there somehow on G4. So he was right there on G4TV.com. It was him and two other girls. And I really liked that show. G4TV.com was dope. It was a fun show. They would talk about different games. They would have interviews. They would have like little review stuff. They would just discuss the upcoming games. It was a good show. There was two really good shows on G4 back in the day that really inspired me to do what I'm doing. Like G4TV.com and Judgment Day. Judgment Day is the best review show ever. Like in the history of review shows. It's the best one.
Hey you.
By far.
I want to shake your hand.
Yo, Justin with another $3. I want to shake
Yeah,
your
I'm
hand.
enjoying playing Forza Horizon 6 Portable. It's a good portable game. It's pretty arcade, like I'm playing a crazy taxi-like minigame right now.
Yeah. I think that'd be like a good on a ROG Ally X, right? Definitely good on something like that. Thank you, Justin, for another $3 dono. We had 26 on the board. We are 4 combos away from that 3-0 extension. There we go on JoJo Friday, man. I appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Sean? Welcome, man. Let's see here. What's your favorite Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 6. Yeah, probably one of those two. Final Fantasy 6 or Final Fantasy 7, or here in the US it's called Final Fantasy 3. But actually it's kind of retrofitted back to 6. So Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 7 are probably like my two favorite ones. Yeah, maybe 6. I don't know. Maybe 6. Yeah, 6. Final Fantasy 6. That's me with Indiana right now. Oh, I'm loving the gameplay. Took a bit to grow on me, but the stealth combat is excellent. Yeah, I'd be all over Indiana Jones if it was third person, man. I swear I'd be all over it. It has all the tools to be such a cool game. I'd be all over that game if it was third. Better than X-Play. X-Play was not that great. It was okay. But yes, Judgment Day actually stomps X-Play. It legitimately stomps X-Play. X-Play got more popular because of Morgan Webb. That's the reason, because people thought she was hot. That's the reason why X-Play rose to such popularity. But the actual better show was Judgment Day. Judgment Day had Tommy Terralico. Remember that? Tommy Terralico, that guy. He had into a big controversy with H-Bomber guy and the whole sound effects or whatever. But Tommy Terralico and the whole situation there, and like in television of the Amico. But before that, Tommy was actually highly respected by lots of gamers because he was obviously he did a lot of video game music. He's been a composer for decades. Now he just tours doing his video game live thing. But yeah, it was Tommy Terralico and it was Victor Lucas, and they would review multiple games. They would have like gear reviews. They would review little portable games in between. Like, it was set up so perfect. And they'd have like a back and forth where one person usually likes the game, the other person doesn't like the game. And they had a, like, you know, Victor's more soft spoken. He's more, you know, more positive. And then Tommy's definitely more negative and more, oh, I don't like this game. And he's more brash about it. But it was a great review show, man. Judgment Day is so good. I was actually watching some episodes. Victor Lucas still uploads episodes to his channel, Electric Playground. Also, that's a great show too. His show Electric Playground was also really good. That was also a really good show. He kind of does the same thing on his YouTube channel, but just much smaller scale now, just like him and sometimes guests. But he kind of still does the same thing, but it's not quite the same because he doesn't have like the production team that he had at G4, you know? But it's very good. It's definitely very good. It's a very good show. Let's see. I've met Tommy Tallarico a couple times whenever his concert comes to NY. Yeah, his concert's pretty dope. Hey, what's up, Professor Noak? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, like, X-Play has not aged well at all. If you're a JRPG fan, X-Play's aged horribly. If you're a fan of just, like, video games and, like, the culture and the attitude, I mean, don't get me wrong. The attitude and the culture of X-Play was a product of its time, but it seemed campy and corny even then. Judgment Day came off so much more natural. It feels so much more suave and more cool. So, yeah, there's some cringy stuff, like when they reviewed Beach Spikers volleyball, and they're like at a, you know, they're at a beach, and like, they're like, oh, I'm gonna go look at the girls now. Like, yeah, it's kind of cringy, but it was way more in line with 2002 or 2003 or early 2000s than X-Play was. X-Play was just kind of just corny and just used, you know, Morgan Webb for like sex appeal. Whereas like Judgment Day was like legit, this is the 2000s. This is how gamers spoke. This is how gamers acted. This is how gamers talked. It was like legit. There was no social justice warrior, or there was no, you know, grifter. Like, there was none of that stuff, man. It was all just about the games. It was all about the games. It wasn't about all this nonsense that we have in today's day. You know, it was about gameplay. It was about games. So I miss that culture, man. I really miss it, and it's never coming back. It's never coming back. I remember Attack of the Show. That show's not that great, but I mean, it got popular though, because once again, same thing as X-Play. Buttery Cheeks with the $5 dono, and he says, "Do you think we'll truly get the Nintendo General next month? If we don't, I swear I'm going super Karen, crashing out. Go ahead and crash out if you don't get what you want. I'll be playing video games. I'll be playing Star Fox. I'll be playing Star Fox. I'll be playing video games while you crash out. Shout outs, man. I appreciate you though. I love this comment too. Chris, is it Chris Hansel instead of Chris Hansen? I love Nintendo. I just hate how egregiously greedy they've become. Let me know, how have they become egregiously greedy compared to Microsoft and Sony? Let me know in the Chris. I would love to hear it. I'm all ears. Let's see here. Players, can you see my comments? I can see your comments, Mr. Davis. What's good, man? Welcome. What's up, Lavos? Oh, and we also hit 30 minutes on the combo breaker. Let's go. Appreciate that. Thank you for that.
Last thing,
Justin with the 3.
I found out while playing this that the Xbox Rog Ally X has rumble in the triggers, and it's pretty good. It feels like you are hitting the brakes, and you can feel when you shift gears.
Little bit of haptics in there and stuff. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Like haptic triggers. I didn't even know that with it. Let's see here. I feel you for sure. Thank you, Justin, for another 3. Shout outs to Buttery Cheeks. No, but I feel you though, brother. I think there's going to be a lot of people crashing out if they don't get what they want. They get a Nintendo Direct because they're all about hype and not about games. They're all about hyping for the next thing and not about the games that are being right there. That's what online culture is. It's like give me hype. Games are coming out. Oh, screw the games. Give me hype. Oh, man. Let's see here. I feel you for sure. Not sure why they did first person. I think that they specialize in first person, so they feel more comfortable in first person, so they went with first person. I think that was the reason why. What's up, House Gang? Shout outs. And shout outs to the combo breaks though, guys. We out here. 34. Next one up, 11 combos, 45. You get a 45-minute extension. We're already humming. Let's go. Hit that like button too, guys. I feel like they're just working with the cards they have. Everyone is getting affected. Don't know why they are laser focused on. Wait, what are you talking about, Blanju? And what's up, Blanju? Welcome to the stream, brother. Xbox has adaptive triggers since the Xbox One, but they're seldom used. Oh, okay. I didn't know that about like that ROG Ally. Man, X-Play and G4 in the early 2000s, definitely something. I was always excited to watch them after a hard day at school. Yeah. Nintendo and the greedy narrative. Yeah, I want to know why. Like, I don't necessarily disagree with that completely, but I want to know why they're so egregiously greedy compared to Microsoft or Sony or to anybody else. So I want to know why. I just want, I'm not trying to call him out. I just want to know why he feels that way compared to the other companies that are out there. Let's see here. If Tales of Arise is a good port, I might cop it next week. It's 30 FPS, which there's no reason why it should be. It's not even real time. It's not even like real time environments when you battle. You go into a battle scene and like they have like a set background. I don't understand why they couldn't get that at least fine. That's fine. You want to put it in the open world, put 30 FPS, and then in battle 60 or at least a 40 FPS mode. So I don't know what they're doing there. I mean, will it probably run at a solid 30? Yeah. And if you're okay with that, cool. But I don't know. It's just, it feels a bit lazy to me. Same thing as like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. It just feels a bit lazy to me. Feels a bit slow. Doesn't feel right to me. Cool that they're bringing it over though. Happy for them. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with the games that take a little bit more time and effort, like to just really make a good Switch 2 version, like Digimon and Adventures of Elliot. You know, both those run at 60. So, Valve is the greediest with the marketplace and loot boxes system they have integrated directly into the OS. There you go. Some people think that. Remember X-Play review of Baten Kaitos? All they did was just trash and mock the game. Oh, it's not just that. They do that for pretty much every single JRPG, like outside of I think like Final Fantasy, like the main like Final Fantasy X or something like that. They just mocked every single JRPG pretty much. Let's see, players just got a question for you. Forgot to make a video about this game. PC, it's coming to Switch 2. Play like near on the mod. I mean, I don't remember the name of the game, brother. I don't remember the name of the game. Once it launches, I'll probably make another video about it, so you can just hold out for that, alright? AMD is going to bringing FSR 2 to my graphics card. Pretty great news for my PC. Congratulations for your FSR graphics card PC. Nintendo got greedy starting with N64. SNES came with 2 controllers and a game. N64 came with 1 controller. Ever since then, it's been little by little greedier, except those last game. So I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, most systems don't come with 2 controllers, so I don't get it. So is everybody greedy because they don't get 2 controllers? I don't understand. So is everybody else greedy too? The Steam machine is not even going to come with a controller at all. So I don't understand. It sounds like you're just trolling that at this point, because literally no systems come with 2 controllers. And actually, to keep it a buck, the Switch 2 is technically the only system since the Super Nintendo at launch to come with 2 controllers. The Switch 2 is the only system to do that. So, I mean, I don't know, you might have felted yourself right there with the whole 2 controllers thing. You might have picked the wrong grip today, Chris, because the Switch 2 actually, theoretically, with the Joy-Cons, these both individually operate as 2 separate controllers. So theoretically, Switch 2 is the only system, and the Switch 1 are the only systems that theoretically come with 2 controllers in the pack, out of the box, multiplayer. So, uh-oh. Uh-oh. You might have griffed yourself out of that one, bruh. Yeah, Tails was disappointing for them to cap it at 30. That should have been 60, no doubt. Oh, yeah, it should have been 60, no doubt. Yeah, dude's definitely trolling. Dude's definitely trolling. Well, no, you said that they're greedy now. We're not talking about the N64 and all that. You said now because of controllers. Switch 2 has 2 separate controllers out of the box that no other system does have out of the box with the default bundle, with the default ones. So you need to address that first and foremost. So what's happening there? So I guess the Switch 2 is not greedy, right? Because you got 2 controllers, right? I need you to address that. It's got 2 controllers, so they're not greedy, right? Let's see here. When I bought the PS5, we've had 2 gens now with the Switch 1 and the Switch 2. It comes with 2 controllers standard in the box. So Nintendo's been not greedy for 2 generations now, compared to Microsoft, Sony, and everybody else. So they went from 300 from Switch to 500. Got to keep those profit margins. Yeah, and also PlayStation has also went up from 400 to 600, and then from 700 to 900. And the Xbox has went from 500 or from 300 in the Xbox 360. I think that was 300 and 400, all the way up now to 600. So they're still cheaper than Microsoft and Sony. So how is Nintendo more greedy than anybody else? Oh, we can do this all day. Today's Friday. I can do this all day. Let's go. I've been waiting for somebody to come through with these nonsense arguments. Let's go. So how is Nintendo more greedy than the other companies again? Than anybody else? because we already disproved your controllers thing. That was a wash. So now you're going over to the pricing. Went from 300 to 500. Nintendo Switch 2, it doesn't even cover all the cost at 500. Nintendo already confirmed that based off the components from when it comes to RAM. OJ speaks to two Joy-Cons. Let's go. Oh, this is getting good. I like it. I like it. Nobody else will debate me when it comes to actual big content creators. So I mean, we need people coming in here bringing the same stupid arguments that we can talk about. Got my beer ready. Oh, get your beer, get your popcorn ready, baby. I like this guy, Chris. I like him. I like him. He can keep on bringing silly stuff. But I'm only going to give you a couple more. I'm going to give you 2 more. And then after that, you're going to have to pay me if you want to debate back here. I'm going to need $10 at least minimum if you want to keep on going. But I've already kind of debunked and put down everything. And you're not actually answering my question compared to the other companies. How are they more greedy when those other companies are charging more for their systems and going up just as much because of the RAM and component crisis? So go ahead. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's see here. What's up, OJ? Just got indie for Switch 2. Yes, sir. Never Alive it down to Xbox. Okay. Activision as an item with COD. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I'm telling you, by spending 40 or 80 total on 4 separate skin, but oh, okay, you're talking about microtransactions and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. If you count that touchscreen as an extra, if you count the touchscreen, that's an extra controller. No, I don't count the touchscreen. That's not an extra controller. That's not an extra controller. Let's see. Give him a second. Got to use Chat GPT for a comeback. Yeah, he's taking a little bit of time. That's okay. We'll give him the time. He's got 2 more. I'll give him 2 more separate things, but he has to answer my question though. Like he has to answer like, how are they more greedy than anybody else in the industry when it comes down to that? How are they more? Well, there's only 200 characters, so we really can't type an essay. What's up? Just got indie. Okay, how you liking indie for the Switch 2, George FT? How you liking it? Yeah, I can't count the touchscreen. I'm sorry, they can't count that. Yo, Kudo. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? Welcome. I don't think ChatGPT can help him here. I've debated against a slop AI. I've debated against 2 ChatGPT slop YouTubers in the past. Very annoying, like I said, Dunning-Kruger idiots. And it's so funny, man. It's so, you can tell that they were looking up ChatGPT stuff while we were debating. It was hilarious. Any games you plan on playing over the weekend? Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven. Let's see. Haven't started yet. Little busy today. Okay, you got work and all that. Let's go. Let's see. You got work. They took Miiverse from us. They took the Miiverse. Uh-oh. Haters gonna hate. They can't accept the fact Nintendo is the GOAT. Right now, Nintendo's looking like the best company, bro. Right now. Hey, what's up, Minato Mario? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? If you guys have topics or articles or different discussions that you guys want to go over, let me at it. Let's go. We ready on JoJo Friday, boys and girls. Romancing Saga 2, hell yeah. Oh, it's so good, dude. I'm doing like the town building stuff right now, and I'm doing like the side quests and recruiting other characters to join my army. Oh, it's good, dude. It's so good. I mean, I did a sponsorship spot for the game, so I knew it was already good. Like I played it, but I played it on PS5, and it's great on there. It's actually really, really, really good on there. But now that I'm playing it on Switch 2 more, I just played the demo on Switch 1, and it was crusty, so it kind of gave me a bad impression. I kind of like to have RPGs, you know, portable plus home console, like hybrid. So it kind of gave me just not the best impression after playing it. But now that I can play it anywhere that I want, like after I'm done streaming, I can go to my son's room and like he's watching and I can play it, or go to the living room and play it. It's definitely really nice. I mean, just the graphics just aren't that great. Like it's definitely like high-end PS3 type of game. Not even that. I think like Final Fantasy 13 looks better. Actually, I think looks a lot better, maybe. But the graphics just aren't great. But outside of that, like the art design could be better. But the gameplay itself, the combat system, very good. Enemy design is not great either. It's like okay, but it's not great, but it's all right. It feels like a knockoff Dragon Quest at times. Like some of the enemy design, it feels like Temu Dragon Quest at times. Like Romancing Saga definitely feels like Temu Dragon Quest. Like some of some of the enemy designs, but the combat I think might be better than Dragon Quest, like Dragon Quest 11. I'm pretty sure I like the combat more in Romancing Saga, a lot more than in Dragon Quest. Let's see, hey PE, what do you think about Switch 2 price increases? Do you think it's still worth 500? I mean, yeah, we've already answered that. I made a video on that on the channel. We already talked about that a bunch of times, and yes, of course it's still worth 500 because I bought my Switch 2 at 500. So of course I still think it's worth 500. And they're gonna give you a free. They're gonna give you free. They're gonna give you a game with it. You can choose your button, like you can choose your game between Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, or Pokemon Pocopia. Is that worth 500? Absolutely. It's been long enough. I don't know what, Chris, what happened, brother? We were having a good conversation. What happened? What happened? Are you done? Oh man, this man tapped out already? Damn, that's crazy. I didn't even put you in the sharpshooter yet. Like, I was just, all I did was hit you with the people's elbow. All I did was hit you with the people's elbow, or an elbow drop off the top turnbuckle. It wasn't that, I mean, it wasn't a game-ending elbow drop, though. It wasn't a game ender. It wasn't a match ender elbow drop. I mean, I was getting ready to actually put you in the sharpshooter, though. I was getting ready to really just pretzel you up here. But I mean, like, if you left before then, that's fine too. Hey, what's up, Gina? Does anyone here know if you can get your Switch 2 screen fixed? I have a scratch on it. Yeah, just call Nintendo. Call the support, and then you can send it in to them. Remember when we were discussing One Piece, easy way to actually catch up with it, to play Pirate Warriors 3 and 4? Yeah, I'm not doing that. What did I miss? Another weirdo here? Yeah, there was some weird guy here, but he left already. I got it, OJ. Evercade doesn't charge for online because it has none, and the games come with manuals. All right, cool. Speaking of weirdo, saw you know who post Switch 1 versus Wii U versus lineup only compared Wii U ports. Can't believe Wii U defend is still a thing in 2026. I know, seriously. Give him the Rakishi. Oh man, nah, I'm good. I ain't trying to rub my butt in people's faces. That's, you know, that's definitely sus. That's definitely sus. Oh man. Let's see here. Let's see here. Drake 3 album equals FF7 3 disc. I did hear a sample from, not a sample, but I did hear one little clip. People are talking about, he did reference Nintendo Switch in one of his songs. So I had some people tag me like, yo, OJ, did you see that Drake talked about Switch in one of his songs? I was like, oh yeah, it sounds pretty good, but I have not had a chance to listen to the album. I'm not a fan of Drake, so like I do like some of his music over the years. I've listened to his, like, I've heard him. Obviously, he's a good, you know, rapper, singer, whatever. But I'm not someone that, you know, listens to all his music day one and like talks about it. I don't really care. So I'll probably listen to it at some point, you know, when I'm probably working out or whatever. I'll take a listen to his tracks, but yeah. Nintendo had a history and no response or follow-up. I mean, he did have a response, but the response was not very good. It was not very good. It was pretty bad. Yeah, he actually left. He left. Yo, Crit, this man, yeah, he left. CHR, yeah. Because I typed it, I try to tag him, and his name doesn't come up. Yeah, he took off. Oh man, that was like that was definitely he got cooked there. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Should we... Wait, hold up. Oh my gosh. I think this might have what happened to him, bro. This is what happened to him right now. That's why he had to leave real quick. We gotta bring up something, right? This is what happened to him real quick when we had that debate right now. Oh!
Let him get up.
Knocked out! Oh!
scramble like an egg before you get folded like an omelet, nigga.
Knockout!
Overclock Buster!
This man got knocked out. That was the first round. First round. TKO. That was punch out. TKO. Man, Chris was looking like Glass Joe. Let's play some punch out music just for that. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's go. Mac attack Glass Joe. Man got fought like an omelet. I don't get the reason why Sony is putting the numbers of most played games on PlayStation. We know it's third-party service games. They're putting the numbers because they're moving over from a corporate standpoint. They're moving away from actual individual game sales numbers to hide their bad sales numbers and move over to players to make it seem like it's bigger, like to represent like the community and how big the community of gamers are that are playing on PlayStation. That's the reason why that they're doing what they're doing. It's very deliberate. They are moving away. That's why they stopped giving us sales numbers on their games, and now they're going to move over to players. So, for example, they can say for Astrobot, they can say, oh, well, it has, if they put it on PSN Plus, or if they put it as a bundle, or if they make it like a free limited time play, players, not sales, but players. So then they can say, oh, Astrobot's been played by 7 million people. So that's the reason. It doesn't look as bad as, oh, well, Astrobot only sold 2 million copies or 3 million copies, right? So that's the reason why they're doing that. Yeah, it's the Microsoft model of doing things. It's definitely the Microsoft model. They're moving away. They're moving away from actually giving us sales numbers, which they haven't given us sales numbers in. They actually haven't given us sales numbers in years. I mean, they did give us the preliminary sales numbers for Ghost of Yotei, but no updates since then. No updates in the last investor report. So. The Switch 2 is going to be goated. If the Switch 2 brings back Star Fox, F-Zero, and Punch-Out, it's going to be the GOAT. It's going to be the greatest Nintendo system of all time. Because we already know it's going to get Zelda, Mario. We already know it's going to get new entries and all that, like Smash Brothers, Animal Crossing. But if they bring back all the stuff that was missing on the Switch 1 and the Wii, like, dude, they're going to be the GOAT. Well, Punch-Out was on the Wii. But, like, if they bring back all the stuff that was missing, like, classic franchises like F-Zero, like Punch-Out, like what was the other one? Yeah, F-Zero, Punch-Out. They obviously Star Fox is coming back. So if they bring back all that type of stuff, man, it's gonna be the GOAT. Let's see. I like your glasses. Shoutouts, man. I appreciate that. Bring back Gauntlet. Nintendo does not own Gauntlet. Let's see here. It's hard to be GOATed if they don't have the best 2D Mario. 2D Mario, that's not what makes the system a GOAT or not. The Switch 1 is the GOAT. Right now, to me, Switch 1's like the best. And like, that has New Super Mario Bros. And like, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. So, I mean, those are two good 2D Mario games. Mario Bros. Wonder's a good Mario game, but, and it's got like Mario Maker, but nah. The GOAT to me is like when you got the most, it's gotta be the most, and it's gotta be a good variety. So it can't just be first party. I'm not a believer in that. I'm not a believer in, oh, first party just makes the system the GOAT. No. You got to have first and you got to have third party. You got to have a combination of the two in order to be the GOAT. Let's see. Nintendo seems the best platform to play unless you really want super crispy graphics. The crispiest of crispy graphics. The crispiest. What games would you like to see at the next General Direct? I don't know, man. Whenever the Direct happens, we'll see what happens, you know, with the games. I'm not sure. We will see what happens. I'm not sure what they're going to show. Obviously, the Ocarina of Time remake would be cool, but we'll see what they show. I'm looking forward to actually playing Star Fox, and I'm looking forward to playing Splatoon Raiders. Looking forward to playing Yoshi next week, and I'm looking forward to playing Fire Emblem Fortune's Weep. So I actually want to play some games. Now, when we get the Direct, I'll be hyped for that. It'll be exciting to see. But right now, I I want to get my hands on the games that were already announced at previous directs or announced it previously. So that'd be like the cool thing for me, at least. New Super Mario Bros. DS just turned 20. I got that game day one, back when it launched on the DS. When do you think we'll get Mario Wonder 2? We might not get Mario Wonder 2. They might make a whole completely different new Mario, 2D Mario type of game. We don't know. Switch 1 is the GOAT. Too bad it got a price increase. Everybody already had it before the price increase. I mean, nobody cares. We already had the system. Hell, the Switch 2 is a Switch 1. So if you want to play Switch 1, just get a Switch 2. Or just buy it used. Boom. Price increase avoided. What's going on with Yokai Watch? They turned it into, you didn't hear about that? Yokai Watch, it got turned into, what is it called? Holy Horror Mansion? That's the spiritual successor to Yokai Watch. So Yokai Watch, the name of that's done. It's called Holy Horror Mansion. That is the spiritual successor to Yokai Watch. So, you didn't see the trailer? Check out the trailer on YouTube. If Nintendo makes another Mother game, the Switch 2 will be goated. The internet will be crazy. I don't think a system needs a Mother game for it to be goated or not. Because the problem is that Mother was only on the NES and the Super Nintendo. And the GBA. It was like, it's barely on anything. So to me, Mother doesn't... That doesn't dictate what the GOAT is or not. But if they are able to get a Mother game and it's good, then obviously that helps aid to it. But Earthbound is such a... It's such a LARP franchise at this point. But if they did another one, that'd be dope. OJ, what do you think about level 5 Twitter controversy? It ain't really nothing. Don't buy consoles used, guys. It's dangerous. You will die. Oh my God, Felipe. Nintendo makes another. I already read that. Looking forward to the new Smash Bros. They'll bring out a new Smash Bros. At some point, but I don't think there's gonna be an announcement for Smash until like next year. I think next year. I mean, it could be at the end of this year, like a direct. But I'm guessing that it's going to be announced next year and released that year. So announced in 2027, released in 2027. Are we going to need that Golden Sun remake, Astral Chain 2 Lost Story, and Pandora's Tower comeback anyway? Anyway, be it a remake or NSO, I'm keep hoping. Astral Chain 2, that's going to be tough. Bayonetta, I think Bayonetta's going to be back in some way, shape, or form. Astral Chain 2, I don't know, but I do think that we're gonna get Astral Chain Switch 2 edition. I think that they will make a Switch 2 edition of Astral Chain or like an update or something. I think that's gonna happen. So look out for that. Are Nintendo Directs dead? No, we just had a Direct with Star Fox, and we had a Nintendo Direct with the third-party Direct. No. OJ could hire an Astral Chain devs to do it without Platinum. OJ, Nintendo could hire. I mean, they just need to get a porting studio. Like, for example, the people that ported over New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe to the Switch 2, the ones that did Super Mario Odyssey, that was Panic Button, if I'm not correct. So you don't need the original developers to get a Switch 2 edition or to get an update. You can get somebody else. You can get Panic Button, or you can get, Shiver. They have an in-house studio that can probably do it. Shiver can do it. So yeah, you don't need the actual developers. Yeah, but I'm talking about a sequel. Well, I never said that there was going to be a sequel. I said that there's going to be a Switch 2 edition. That's what I said. So I never said. I said Switch 2 edition of the first game. I didn't say sequel. Okay, to be specific, General Direct's dead. We haven't had one of those in a long time. Well, Directs aren't dead. If all the other Directs aren't dead, why would a General Direct be dead? Think about that for a second. If they're still having the Direct branding, which it's a brand, it's not like we're going to kill off this type of Direct, but not this one. So they still do Directs. The branding is still there. So I don't know why people say they're killed. They're dead. That's stupid. The Direct branding is still there. So that doesn't mean General Directs are dead. People are just, some of you guys are just acting really, no offense, but really stupid and going online and looking at Twitter. The name Direct is a branding. If they wanted to kill the Direct branding, they wouldn't call it Star Fox Direct. They would have just called it Star Fox Presentation. If they wanted to kill the Directs, they wouldn't have a Nintendo Direct Mini or whatever, it's Partner Direct. They wouldn't call it that. They just stopped calling it Directs in the first place. So guys, stop going on Twitter and letting people on Twitter try to tell you that don't know anything about marketing or branding, telling you, oh, well, General Directs are dead because they haven't had one since when I want one. Stupid. If they wanted to kill Directs, they wouldn't have even used Partner Direct Nintendo Partner Direct. They wouldn't have used Star Fox Direct. They would have just called it something else, guys. Don't be dumb. They would have just called it like, yeah, Star Fox presentation, or like Star Fox. Here's Star Fox video, or something like that. They would have just called it Star Fox presentation. They still use the direct branding. They still use the direct stuff. So it's not dead until Nintendo says that we're not doing it anymore. If they say that, then it's dead. But they haven't, and they've been doing directs. So is Marvel Rivals going to Switch 2? Yes, that's already been confirmed. So just, you can Google search it. Let's see here. How long do you think it will take for Switch 1 to surpass PS2? Now that the Switch will be available in India, I don't think really it's going to get anything from India. I don't think there's going to be a big surge. But it's looking, I mean, it's definitely going to help out. Maybe they get like 500,000 sales there or something like that. A couple 100,000 sales there. So I do think that with India and with basically Nintendo potentially having some more games for Switch 1 here and there, I think they'll probably reach it in like 2027 or 2028, maybe like 2028 seems likely, around that. What are they at, like 156 million right now or something like that? So I'm thinking to get 4 million more, you're gonna need at least a couple more years. So yeah, probably 2028-ish or so. Unless they have a big launch in India somehow, unless they like somehow sell a million or 2 million in India quickly, which I don't think they will, but if they do, I mean, then they'll obviously pass it up sooner than that. Let's see here. They could clearly had one already with Yoshi, Splatoon, Star Fox, and a bunch of third-party games. What third-party games released in the first half of the year that they'd have it with? Maybe they wanted to save those for a later, bigger summer Nintendo Direct, because all those games, Yoshi, Splatoon, Star Fox, those were already games that were revealed, or outside of Star Fox, those games were already revealed. Yoshi was already revealed at the previous Nintendo Direct. Splatoon was already revealed on Nintendo Today. So just because you can have one doesn't mean that you will, and doesn't mean that you're going to. You might want to wait and then do it the way that they want to do it. So no, you're just, like I said, you're just bringing stupid Twitter arguments into, well, they could do it. Well, they could with third party. They could. So listen, I'm not going to argue this back and forth because this is stupid. So how about this, Projo? You want to make a bet? Let's bet. So this will end it right here, because it seems like you want to argue this. So we'll end it right here. Let's bet $100 that there will be another Nintendo Direct, General Direct at some point in the future. You want to bet? If you don't want to bet, shut up and don't bring it up, because you keep bringing it up now, man, and it's dumb. You're just taking Twitter arguments and bringing it here and trying to argue. So bet. Do you want to bet? You're arguing that it's not happening, right? So let's bet $100. They're never going to have another General Nintendo Direct, right? That's what you're arguing here, because they could have. So they're never going to have another one. Okay, so let's bet $100, or you want to go higher? How much do you want to go? Because, like, this is silly. I'm telling you what I know from facts, and that, or not from facts, I'm just telling you what I know, and you don't want to listen. You want to still argue. So, okay, you feel confident? Fine. $100. Or you want to go higher? Which one? Let me know in the chat. Let me know, Felipe. Or not Felipe. Sorry, I'm so used to Felipe doing this. Projo, let me know. Let me know. You want to bet? Since you're sitting here and you're arguing? No, I don't know if there's going to be another one. I'm just asking. No, you're not asking. Because, no, you're not just asking. You're not just asking because I told you that they are, and I gave you perfectly logical reasoning for that. And then you started saying, well, no, they could have had one with this and this and this. So you're arguing towards no, that they don't want to do it. So, okay, that's fine. I hear what you're saying. So let's just end it right now. Let's stop beating around the bush and let's end it. Let's bet $100. Let's bet. Remember, they could have had one. They didn't. They had Splatoon, and they had Yoshi, and they had all the stuff that we already knew about in games and third party. So they could have had it, right? So let's bet. You want to bet? Yes, or just say yes or no. That's it. Go ahead. Yes or no. All of a sudden, all that confidence and all that arguing, all of a sudden you ain't got much to say. You're taking your time down, huh? Oh my God. No. I didn't ask you if they're having one in June or not. I said they will have one in the future. They will have one in the future. So I'm asking. So do you feel that they're not? You said that they're dead. You were arguing that they were dead. That they're not going to do them anymore. So I'm for a general direct. So do you believe that? Yes or no? Either you bet on that or you don't. We'll give it this year. This whole year. I said that there's going to be a general direct this year. So do you want to bet? Because you said that they're done. Not that they're not going to do them as frequently or anything. Just that they're done. So it's either yes or no. Let's do it. It's JoJo Friday, man. We got to do it. So are they done or are they not? Let's see here. PlayerEssence another rating board direct. Betting without knowing the second half is ludicrous. But he's sitting here, bro. I'm not the one who's doing this. He's the one who's doing it, not me. I told him perfectly good logic, and he starts arguing back with the Twitter argument that he got from Twitter or that he got from Arlo or somebody like that or something. So I'm like, okay, so how about we just do this? This will end it. And it looks like it's ending it. I don't think he doesn't want to go that far, which like I said, it wasn't about that. He doesn't believe what he's saying. He just wants to talk. That's how I know somebody does not have a conviction in your voice. As a man, don't just say things that you don't have conviction in. Don't argue things that you don't have conviction in. If you're not confident about something, don't go back and forth, back and forth. All right? Don't go back and forth. Say your piece and just say, hey, look, I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's all you got to do is, okay, well, we'll see what happens. No, I'm waiting until June. If nothing in June, I'm donating 50. Okay, we'll see, Pro Joe. I didn't say anything about June. I think they could have one in June. They could have one in, hell, you never know. They could have one in May. They could have one in July. Who knows? All I said is that the Nintendo Directs, general directs, are not dead or done. That's all I said. That's all I said. And the reason why I know that is because the direct branding's not dead. If they wanted it to be dead, they would have just killed off the whole thing. You can't kill off part of it. And then I would say, oh, well, general directs are, that's not a separate thing. They're all under the direct branding. So it's all still there. Let's see. Be loud, proud, and wrong. Hey, look, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. He was going back and forth, so you guys know. If you go back and forth more than two or three times after I explain something to you, I'm gonna have to hit you with the bet. We gotta test your conviction. I'm seeing stats showing Crazy Switch 2 sales in China. The Chinese have bought 1/4 of the US, Japan consoles. Sales for Switch 2 in last month, 170K were imported compared to 25K for the PS5. I think Switch 2 is doing okay there in parts of Asia and stuff like that. Daniel with the 6 jewels. Chili, thank you for the 6 jewels. Fire. If Nate is correct, by the end of June, we should get a direct. Did he say end of June? I don't know if he said end of June. Excuse me. Mario, what's up, Mario? I'm mad at my word. I think June is a good timeline. All right, we'll see. I didn't bet anything when it comes to June or not. I just said they're gonna have another one at some point. I just said it's not dead. Yo, shout out to D-Mangs with the 2 silver stars. Let's go. Julies. Appreciate that. Thank you for the start 2 jewels. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know why it's even a question. If general directs were ceased, they time to change. They can make a shift just like that. Yeah. If they were gonna do that, I think they would have just stopped doing like calling everything direct, in my opinion. But once again, we will see. People are just getting impatient, so it is what it is. Last direct that we had though, people complained. The last big direct that we had, people complained that it wasn't good. So even if we get one, there's no telling that people are gonna like it. Fire Emblem's not good enough. I don't like it. I don't like Yoshi. I don't like the Mario Tennis. So people just complain it regardless. So the Nintendo Directs throughout the Switch 1 era were so funny because people would complain about those so much. Anytime there was no Mario or Zelda announced, people would complain. Anytime there was no mainline Mario or Zelda announced, people would complain. If there was no Smash, Mario or Zelda, complain. So it was only good because of Fire Emblem. I disagree. I think Yoshi was definitely good, and obviously Yoshi and Fire Emblem. Those were the 2 standouts for me, at least with that one. And also, I think that one they showed off. if I'm not correct, Resident Evil. Was that one where they actually said Resident Evil's coming to the Switch 2 day and date? That's massive. I know you maybe don't care about that, but as someone who lived through the freaking Wii U era, bro, if a brand new Resident Evil was announced day and date on the Wii U, it might have actually succeeded. Like, there was no such thing. There was no such thing as day and date, and there was no such thing as mainline Resident Evil in a timely fashion. Even on the Switch 1, it didn't get that. You know, so I don't know, man. I think Resident Evil was huge, in my opinion, because we didn't expect it. Let's see, you're forgetting the GOAT of the Wii U, Zombie U. Yes, the GOAT, Zombie. People complain about Nintendo all the time, then buying all the stuff. Well, because a lot of people that complain, it's like the smallest fraction. Most people are just normal gamers, you know. So that last Direct was better than the actual Switch 2 Direct, in my opinion. Nah, the Switch 2 Direct was still the best one, in my opinion, because they showed off so many games. They showed off Donkey Kong Bonanza. They showed off, obviously, the Zelda ports and all of that stuff. They showed off so many games. They showed off all the different backwards compatible, like, it's going to be hard to beat that, you know? We found out about the system, the power of it, DLSS and all that stuff. Yo, Beat Queen, thank you for the 200 cents. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. Beat Queen. Thank you so much. But I mean, no, it wasn't a bad Direct, though. It wasn't a bad Direct. I thought it was a solid Direct. Air Riders. Was Air Riders shown at the... Yeah, that was shown at the Nintendo Switch 2 presentation, right? Like, that was shown at that Direct. Man, people acting like we need 3D Mario and Smash Bros. This year tells me a lot about them. They need to play other games, too. We're not going to get I don't think we're going to get a 3D Mario this year. I believe in what Nate has to say, and I think it's going to be a Ocarina of Time remake, like a in-depth Ocarina of Time remake. But shout out to Beakman. Thank you for the 200 jewels. Appreciate that, young lady. 36 on the board. Combo breaks. Closer and closer to the 45 combos. What was that? 9 more? 9 more. We out here. First, my favorite console peak was GameCube. I would never hate Nintendo today. Talking bad about it. Oh, no. People are allowed to talk bad or good about whatever you like. GameCube was awesome. I think the only problem with GameCube for me was, like... It was just, like, the lack of online was kind of like an issue for me. But outside of that, it was really good. GameCube was dope. It was really good. It was definitely really good. Because you had, like, stuff like Custom Robo. You had Skies of Arcadia. You had, obviously, Super Mario Sunshine. But I don't like Sunshine that much. So I think that's why the GameCube, to me, it's definitely up there with me, but it's hard for me to put it above, like, Switch 1. Because Switch 1 had Odyssey, and Odyssey is way better than Sunshine. So that's the only issue. And also, like, even on Switch 1, you can play Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, you know, so that's the problem. Nintendo fans' worst nightmare, Nintendo games! Oh, man. Since Switch 2, my first Switch building my library, I'm a platform and cozy gamer. I enjoy sci-fi themes as well as story games. Recommendations? Let's see, you said cozy gamer? Platform, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. If you like platform games, Odyssey, Wonder, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Those are all dope games. Also, Pokemon Pocopia for the cozy stuff. Let's see here. The GameCube got the best version of Phantasy Star Online. That was my online game. Yeah, that's true. It did get Phantasy Star Online, which was dope. I agree. I agree. GameCube was dope. It's in my top 5 systems of all time. Like, if you had a top 5, GameCube would be like my top 5 Nintendo systems for sure. Like, it might even be like in the top 3. I don't know. I'd have to really look at it. GameCube versus Super Nintendo. Like, I'd have to really think about those two systems. Like, which one's better, GameCube or Super Nintendo? I think Super Nintendo is, but part of me says like GameCube is. I kind of go back and forth. But to me, Switch 1, I think, is the best Nintendo system. But I think Switch 2 has a chance to pass it up. But it still needs a lot more games right now. But right now, just based off the third party, it's already kind of lapping the Switch 1 when it comes to like big third party. It's getting all the indie stuff, you know. SNES clears Cube. I don't know if it clears Cube. I don't know if it clears it because SNES, it don't got Metal Gear. GameCube got Metal Gear Solid. GameCube also has a lot of good, like, it's got Madden sports games. It's got like NBA 2K. Like, Super Nintendo does have some good stuff, but the leap from Super Nintendo to GameCube in like playability, replay value, and things, it's crazy. GameCube has like custom Robo. GameCube has Resident Evil 4. GameCube has like a lot of good stuff. GameCube has 007 games. GameCube has like Time Splitters. GameCube has, it's pretty good, man. GameCube has Beautiful Joe. GameCube has so many games that like if you play them right now, you're like, oh, that's actually low-key kind of better than stuff that's come out today. I think Super Nintendo is good for like a nostalgia trip. And I'm not gonna say that the games have like aged horribly, they haven't, but GameCube definitely plays like a certain type of way. Like it feels really smooth to play the GameCube even today's day. You know, it's got the better F-Zero game. You know, GameCube just has a lot, man. GameCube has Ocarina, or not Ocarina of Time. GameCube has, well, it does technically have Ocarina of Time. It does have that, actually. And it has, like, Link to the Past. It has all those games for, like, the Super Nintendo. It also has, you know, it has Twilight Princess. It has Wind Waker. I mean, GameCube is pretty freaking good. It's got Melee. There is no Smash Brothers on the Super Nintendo. And that is a huge blow. So, like, replayability and all that, like, it's like, okay, I gotta pick one to play forever. GameCube or Super Nintendo? You're like, okay, I gotta play it forever. Okay, what's replay value? Melee. Melee kind of like bops almost every single game in pure replay value on the Super Nintendo. What game can you think of from a multiplayer replay value standpoint that stands up to Super Smash Bros. Melee? Let's be real here. Not many. Not many. Not many. Yeah, it's got Double Dash kind of dookies on Mario Kart, the first Mario Kart. Yeah, the only thing that I would say is that the Super Nintendo has the RPGs. It has the RPGs that are so good, that are great. It's got Breath of Fire. It's got, you know, it's got obviously Chrono Trigger. It's got Secret of Mana. It's got all the dope RPGs. GameCube does not have as many dope, like, high-quality RPGs. GameCube does have Skies of Arcadia, which is an all-time classic. It does have a lot of good RPGs, but it definitely gets cooked by the Super Nintendo in RPGs. That is true. Super Nintendo has Final Fantasy VI. I mean, case closed, right? Case closed. Tales of Symphonia is nowhere near as good as, like... Tales of Symphonia is good for the GameCube. Don't get me wrong, it's a good game for, like, the GameCube. But compared to the Super Nintendo, Final Fantasy VI absolutely body slams. Like, just obliterates. Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI, there's no comparison on the GameCube. Let's be real. There's no comparison. There's no comparison. The Super Nintendo absolutely crushes the GameCube on RPGs. It's not even close. What's up, Ninmar? Welcome. SNES has Illusion of Gaia and Terranigma. It does. Terranigma was never localized, but it was never localized here in the US. It was localized in English in Europe, but not in the US. But we're just going to say that all the games are localized and you can play in whatever language you want them to play them in, right? Let's just say ROMs or whatever, right? SNES beat 'em ups and FGs were fighting games were so lit though. They were. There's a lot of good fighting games. There's a lot of good you know, there's a lot, but like to me, like if you're talking about replay value, Melee to me has the most replay value of any fighting game out there. And then on top of, not only does it have Melee, but on top of that, when it comes to it, it's got Double Dash. So when it comes to multiplayer and when it comes to like replay value, I agree. Super Nintendo has a lot of really good stuff, but the GameCube, man, the GameCube has a lot. And once again, you have stuff like Metal Gear Solid. You have stuff like Beautiful Joe. Like, there's not like the Final Fight beat 'em ups, but Beautiful Joe is like a new age beat 'em up. And that game is just as good, if not better, than those old school beat 'em ups. You know, it's definitely just as good. Beautiful Joe was rated just as high as a lot of those old games. Shout out to Dan. Thank you for the 200 core or 200 jewels. Let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. How do you feel about the Wii compared to the GameCube? I think the GameCube's better than the Wii, but I mean, I think some people think the other way around, you know. Let's see, Sega Drop Bombs 2, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Sonic Riders, Monkey Ball, and Billy Hatcher. Well, I mean, I personally wouldn't put those games. But I know that they're there. I know that they're there, Blandrew. But I personally, that might make your argument weaker. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Those are good games. Those are good games. Those are good games. I got those are good games. NBA Jam. Listen, I love NBA Jam, and I'll get that done in just a bit. But NBA Street kind of dookies on NBA Jam a little bit. Like, NBA Street is better, in my opinion. Like, NBA Street Volume 2 is better than NBA Jam. Like, GameCube has the GOAT Street Ball games. NBA Street Volume 1 through 3. You can even use Mario in NBA Street Volume 3. So, yeah, if you want to compare NBA Jam or, like, arcade sports games, GameCube has, like, Blitz. GameCube has a bunch of really good arcade sports games. It's also got NFL Street, which NFL Street is freaking incredible. So it's got NBA Street and NFL Street. So it's kind of, and it's got Madden, it's got NBA 2K, it's got NHL, it's got all these different 2K and sports games that to me are probably a little bit better than the Super Nintendos, because the Genesis had better sports games. So yeah, the edge goes to the edge, and also has SSX. Tricky? Not even close. The edge goes to the GameCube. Shout outs to Yak Diesel with the big $20 dono. And it's a sup, old fella. Hey, what up, baby? Says, just picked up Octopath Traveler 0 for Switch 2 super cheap. Would you say that it's necessary to play and complete that before I play Octopath 1 and 2? I recommend playing, I mean, you don't have to because there are new characters, but I do recommend playing Octopath Traveler 1 and beating that game before you play Octopath 2, but you don't have to, though. It's not like a requirement because there aren't brand new characters and stories, but I do recommend it because there's some stuff later that happens with stuff from the first game. Thank you, Yak Diesel with the big $20. Hey, yo, you are now the Okage stream ninja. Yo, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Yak Diesel with the big 20. Let's go. Let's see. No comparison to street games. Goated. Oh yeah, NBA Street Volume 2 is better than NBA Jam. Like I said, NFL Street is really good. It's really, 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 really good. Like, really good. So NBA Street Volume 2 is like one of the greatest games made of all time, in my opinion. So, Yak Diesel, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And like GameCube had like goated sports games, man. Really good arcade sports games. Really good stuff on GameCube. I mean, Super Nintendo had good sports games as well, like NBA Jam, but just the GameCube just came at it just way more. But the GameCube has a SSX Tricky, though. It has at least, what, one or two of the Tricky games? So it has at least one. I think GameCube's biggest weakness for me, it just doesn't have a solid classic Mario. Like Sunshine, it's a novel, but it isn't, you know. I can understand that. I can understand that it doesn't have that, whereas the Super Nintendo has Super Mario World, which is an all-time classic and goated. But I mean, that's true. I get that. The Mario situation, but once again, the Super Nintendo doesn't have, and we're not even talking, what about Animal Crossing? What about Pikmin? What about the new franchises that Nintendo made in that generation? So you even got stuff like that. That's on the GameCube. And those are good games. Animal Crossing's a great game. Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2, those are all great as well. So you got to factor in that stuff too, man. Like it had a lot of cool, also like Chibi Robo, that game's really good. Luigi's Mansion, you know, so while it doesn't have that staple Mario game, which is definitely important. I mean, Sunshine, it's not bad. It's just, in my opinion, it's just not as good as some of the other 3D Mario games out there. But it's still a solid game. It's still good. It's not like, it's like if you play, oh, this game just is just the worst game ever, you know? So, I do feel that it does at least have a solid 3D Mario game or a solid Mario game on there, you know? Plus it has stuff like Mario Strikers. It's got Mario Golf. It's got Mario Tennis. Super Nintendo does not have any of that, you know, so it's got a lot, man. It's got a lot. Metroid Prime. Super Nintendo does have Super Metroid, which I do like Super Metroid more than Metroid Prime, but you know, speaking I mean, obviously Metroid Prime, people think it's better than Super Metroid. Like a lot of people think it's better, you know. So, Kelsey with the 5 British pounds, and says, is being the finale for Game Awards or penultimate announcement for the general direct more hype to Chrono Trigger HD 2D remake sell more? I'm not sure which would be more, to be honest, brother. I'm not sure. But what I am sure of is that if they did a Chrono Trigger HD 2D remake announcement, I'd be super hyped for it. So I'd be very, very excited. And I'm also very excited to hit us up with this Noah and Mio 1 hour flying through the skies. Let's go. Hey, yo. Shout out to that guy. I appreciate that. Big love. Thank you so much. Kelsey, thank you for the support. I was asking about playing Octopath. Oh, 0 before 1. Would you say that's no? You do not need to play Octopath 0 before 1. No, you don't. If anything, you can play it after if you want. You can play Octopath 0 afterwards. So yeah, in my opinion, 63. Oh wait, hold up. Oh, there we go. Super Metroid's goated. Yeah, Super Metroid's goated, man. It's goated. It blows my mind that GameCube did as bad as it did. Such an incredible console with the awesome library. You gotta remember the timing at that point, bro. The problem with that Nintendo had, and the problem overall was at that time, it was the DVD era. It was that, and the problem is that Nintendo they couldn't get everything out on GameCube at the same time, and they were trying to shift to online gameplay, right? They didn't have a good online infrastructure set up. And on top of that, Nintendo had their games split between the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy. You know, so you had games on the Game Boy Advance, you had games on the, games split between the Game Boy Advance and the GameCube. Now, if you combine the GameCube and the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo did incredible. They did 100 million units plus if you combine the two. But even then, they were showing signs that people aren't buying both. That you got to really just support one system. So that was Nintendo's problem. That they had two separate ones, and it was always declining. You know, it was all, and then when it comes to like competition, Xbox came into the fold. Dreamcast was there for a little bit. Obviously, Sony was dominating. So that was the problem. The problem was that the attitude of DVD players, that being a thing, and then on top of that, Nintendo having their games split between portable and home console, you know? Let's see here. GameCube isn't that strong. GameCube was actually the second strongest system in that generation. Xbox was the first, GameCube was the second, and PS2 was the third, and the Dreamcast was the fourth. So GameCube was actually pretty strong. It was actually a pretty capable system. You hit max prestige, pretty much max. I gotta make some new icons though. Hey, yo, Mike, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, man. I'll take SNES Peak over GameCube Peak, Chrono Trigger, Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Mega Man X, Mario World, FF6, Final Castlevania 4. Well, yeah, that's fine if you want to take like Peak, sure, but we're not talking about Peak. We're talking about full library. But no, you're right about that. The Mega Man games were great. Mega Man, there is some good Mega Man stuff. They have like a collection when it comes to Mega Man on the GameCube, and they also have that. They have a Mega Man Command. They have like a Mega Man RPG that's actually not bad on the GameCube too. So they also have that when it comes to it. But I feel you on that one. Let's see here. New Super Mario Bros. Wii was one of the best Wii games. Well, we're talking about GameCube and the Super Nintendo though, not the Wii. Let's see here. Do you consider PS2 the best of that era? I think I favor GameCube and Dreamcast over it. Do I consider PS2 the best of that era? It's like yes and no. I consider, like, I kind of have PS2 because like the amount of third-party games and exclusives were just insane, like Devil May Cry and God of War and like SOCOM and just so like Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter and Sly Cooper. Like, it's hard to compete with that plus all the third-party stuff, right? They had all the third-party games, pretty much everything. They ended up getting Resident Evil 4. They ended up getting all that type of stuff. So like, it's hard to say. They ended up getting like Beautiful Joe, right? They got Beautiful Joe. So it's kind of hard to say that the GameCube was above it because it had kind of like all the third party plus great first party too. Like, that was back when Sony actually made like a lot of really good first party games. Like, consistently, you consistently get new Ratchet and Clank, new Jak and Daxter, new Sly Cooper, new SOCOM, you know, new God of Wars. You just got boom, 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 like game after game. So it's hard for me to put it above the PS2 considering the breadth of content. And once again, Devil May Cry 1, well, 2 sucks, but Devil May Cry 1 and 3 as well. Like I said, God of War, all the different, you know, stuff. And also the online play. Being able to play Madden online was huge. You could not play Madden online for me back then. So I kind of give the edge to the PS2. But now looking back at like playing games that I want to play, right? Online's obviously no longer there. You know, playing like stuff that's like local, like Super Smash Bros. Melee and things like that. Like the GameCube is more favorable in that sense over the PS2. Like if you ask me, what system would you take like to play like with the games, like what Huddy said, like peak? Yeah, I'm probably taking the GameCube with its games. But looking at it objectively with like the whole scope of games, it's hard to say GameCube when you include all the third-party stuff, you know? So, but yeah, man. I'm a GameCube guy, so I take GameCube over SNES any day. I'm also younger, so my opinion is skewed. Yeah, sometimes you kind of skew towards what you grew up with. Honestly, I grew up with the NES. I grew up with the NES, the Super Nintendo, the N64, and the GameCube. I grew up with all of them. So, like I said, I'm not quite. I always say like I'm test case zero. I'm not test case zero, because test case zero is like people that grew up with like Game & Watch. I did not grow up with Game & Watch. I mean, yeah, I played one, but I did not like grow up with like, oh, I'm getting excited for Game & Watch. Like, so I guess that's like test case zero. Or if you played like the old school real Duck Hunt, like the light gun, like real Duck Hunt game, you know, like in the arcades or whatever Nintendo had back then, that might be. Or you had the freaking extend, like the extending hand thing, that might be test case like -1. But when it comes to home consoles, I'm like test case zero, because I was alive and well and up and like, hey guys, how's it going? And like walking around when the NES came out. So, you know, yeah, I played that. It was fun. It was great. I love the NES. I played it a lot. And I played the Super Nintendo. I got that, I think, like a year or so after it came out. And then I got the N64 a couple years after it came out. And then I got the GameCube like a year or two after it came out. And then I got the Wii day one. I got everything else. Since the Wii, I've gotten all Nintendo systems day one since the Wii. Let's see. Hey, what up? What's up, Garzo? Welcome, man. Atari. I played Atari, but I always thought it was ghetto. Whenever I played Atari, I was like, yo, this is ghetto, because Atari, all it had was like a freaking mat and like a stick, a stick, and like in one button, and you just go. So it felt corny even back then. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was cool, but once the NES came out, it was game over for the Atari. Nobody wanted to talk about Atari no more. Atari was old news, bro. When the NES when Mario came out, and you heard that, I was like, it felt like the eyes started swirling. Me and my friends, or my friends and I, we were all playing. I will never forget it. Well, not just that, but like when I first played with my brother was playing, and I remember playing. I think we were living in Oregon at the time. I remember just watching him play, and it was like, and I swear my eyes started swirling, and I was just like, I was in a trance. I had no idea what hit me. You know, it felt like a new, like you invented like lightning or something like that, or you invented electricity. I felt like, you know, some type of like it was crazy, the feeling that you got when you first played it. It's different from being born into the legacy of Mario being what it was, but to see it from the beginning, and that, you know, obviously there was Donkey Kong, but, you know, a little bit after that, Mario's starring game, you know, that was crazy, bro. Like my eyes started swirling, and my eyes got huge, and I was just like, like I could barely breathe, man. I felt like magical. And then when Mario 3 came out and he started freaking flying, and he started transforming into Tanukis. I didn't even know what a Tanuki was, but everybody was talking about Tanuki at school. And when he started transforming into a raccoon and a frog and a hammer, bro, and I started throwing hammers at people, and there was all these different levels that are all these beautiful levels that were like Mario 1 versus Mario 3. It's like a completely different system, it feels like. Mario 3 is like way more advanced than Mario 1. I couldn't believe it, man. It was like the greatest thing that I've ever seen in my life. Like Mario 3 was nuts. So like, I grew up with all that, man. So I have to sometimes put my bias aside of when I grew up with, right? Because like, I've never been more, I would say, in a trance or like surprised or like shocked than like seeing Mario Bros 1 and Mario Bros 3. When I saw Mario 3, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe my eyes what was happening on the screen. Like the graphics, like the the flying, the levels, the variety of stages, the bosses, everything was just, it just seemed unreal. Because remember, if you look at an Atari, look at an Atari, bro. Look at an Atari compared to like Mario 3. Look at Atari games compared to like Mario 3, or even look at Mario 1 compared to Mario 3. It's crazy how much better Mario 3 is, you know? So, crazy. I grew up with GameCube and N64, owned most Nintendo handhelds, so yeah, it's not not to be say it's not to be a Nintendo fan, yeah. Peach and I had a baby in Tomodachi Life. That's what Beat Queen said. Had a baby. You want a boy or a girl? Party Man, what you want, a boy or a girl? And give the name. Shout out to Beat Queen giving us the updates on the Tomodachi Life. Party Man, I think this is foretelling something. This is foretelling the future, Party Man. Hey, what's up, Card Fight? Hey, what's up, Jumpmon? Welcome, brother. Let's see, GameCube clears Wii. I was still not a fan of the Wii. Yeah, I mean, I liked some aspects of the Wii. I liked Smash Brothers Brawl. I liked, backwards compatibility. I liked Mario Galaxy 1, Mario Galaxy 2. I liked Donkey Kong Country Returns. Like, there was a lot of dope games on the Wii. The problem with the Wii is that Nintendo kept on, like, forcing motion controls down your throat in that era. That was the problem that I had. I love Metroid Prime 3. That game was dope. Like, there's a lot of good games on the Wii. But, like, there was too many forced motion controls and not enough options, in my opinion. Party Man Jr. I like that name. Hey, what's up, the Great Wall? Welcome. Yep, and the Wii had Xenoblade Chronicles. So it's like, you can't hate the GOAT Xenoblade. You can't hate the Origins. Like, I kind of don't like the Wii, but, like, you can't 100%, because without the Wii, we have no Xenoblade. Without Xenoblade, man, where would we be right now? We might not even, none of us might be here right now. You never know. All those nights in 2010, instead of going out into the club, I played Xenoblade instead. You never know what could have happened to me, right? Because, like, people are like, hey, OJ, come out, man. We about to go hit the club. I'm like, oh, nah, guys, I got an early day tomorrow. Bro, it's like Saturday. I don't even have work. I twisted my ankle. I was out, running. Bro, I was playing Xenoblade. Yo, Patty from Ireland says, evening from Ireland. Yo, let's go. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you for the 2. We are out here, guys. We are also going
Even further beyond.
Yes, sir. 65 on the board. 35 combos for the platinum extension to 155. Farming unique monsters instead. Yep. Thank you, Patty, with the 2 euro dono. I appreciate that. I'm just so happy. Just so happened to finish my car issue arc. I'm ready to get the girlfriend arc, man. Do you have any leads, Party Man? Any leads on anything, Party Man? Any leads, brother? And can you grow a beard, Party Man? Party Man, can you grow a beard? You gotta see if you can grow a beard, bro. I think a beard would really help. I think it would help. Just so happy. Okay, okay, I already read that shout out. Shout out to Party Man. Big love to Party Man. Yeah, I'd be down to show the clips, Bead Queen, if you want to show some of the clips like with Party Man. And like if you put it on Discord or like DM me, I'll definitely check it out. Hey, what's up, Vadsent? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? It's gonna be lit what Vadsent's working on, man. He's got some dope stuff. He's been working on it for years now. The car arc, baby. Yeah, I was farming unique monsters. Funny enough, I bought a Wii U because of backwards compatibility and got introduced to Xenoblade Chronicles in the last story. Oh, nice. Yo, MacD's, that's a good one there. There is one, but it's hard to met the lady based on schedules. LOL. I also don't know her age and such. She's 18 or older, right, Party Man? I mean, like, you should know. She's at least 18. She's 18, right? She's 18 plus, right? I'm guessing Party Man's not. You're not dumb enough to talk to somebody that you think might not be 18. So I mean, like, so I'm guessing she's 18 plus. So that's good, right? She works at your building. Okay, cool, good. Yeah. People say I don't know her age. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Just say. I'm not exactly sure, how much older she is than me. You know what I'm saying? Just say something like that, or she's around my age or older. Just say something like that. Oh my gosh, chill. I know, I'm chilling. FBI, open up! Busted the door. Especially if you're black. Yeah, seriously, especially if you're black. Justin with the 3.
Staying home to play a game instead of going out is sometimes great, but I remember staying home to play Ultimate Tenkaichi and that game straight booty cheeks. I should have went out instead. Lol.
When you got a lit game, staying home is great. I remember when Mass Effect came out, and I just stayed home and played Mass Effect the whole time. Or like when Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 3, that game came out, I just stayed home and played that. It was so good. It was so good. Or a lot of times, like, we would go out and then come back and play video games after we've been out. Like, we'll go out, we'll be out 8, 9, 10, and then come back to the crib, and then it'll be like 11, 12, 1. I'll play video games for the rest of the night with the homies. We'll play Halo or whatever, and then we'll all bounce like at 2 a.m. We'll all bounce home and then fall asleep, wake up. Back then we had no kids, no priorities, no job. So that we would just crash out and wake up Saturdays whenever we wanted, eat cereal in the morning. There was no smartphones or anything back then. So we would just like watch TV or like, hey man, what you up to? What you doing? Are you gonna hang out or whatever? Sometimes me and my homie, we'd play Pokemon cards. Me and my homie A-Train, we'd play Pokemon cards at times. So yeah, we had no smartphones and all that. So we would never get on, there was no such thing as social media like that. So it was dope. Trust me, I'm very careful. I'm trying not to get body. Oh yeah, very careful. So you said there's a girl that works in the same building as you. Okay, cool. So that's the Justin. Thank you for another 3, man. I appreciate that. 60 on the board. We are close. 32 combos for the platinum streak. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. We're going.
Even further beyond.
Let's go. My friends invited me to the day after the Switch 2 came out. I said, nah, I just played Mario Kart World. Yeah, seriously. Seriously, man. Seriously. Can't wait for the next Smash. Me too, man. I think it's going to be fun. Let's see. Personally, my favorite console peak was GameCube, but I would never... Okay, no, I read that one. Shout out to KO Kid. Appreciate you, man. Oh man, yeah, at this point I don't have any friends like that, so they already know I'm playing Switch 2. Any people that hang out with me now or whatever, they already know I'm just playing Switch 2. I'm playing video games, so, or I'm taking care of my boy. That's why I do a lot. Saw your comment. Uh-oh, what did Psycho Pie say? Yes, sir, I'm doing great. Sorry for the late response. We are frying some chicken. Yes, sir, getting closer, though. Hey, shout out to the some fried chicken tonight. Let's go. I don't know what I'm having tonight. I'm not sure. My wife, she went to Sprouts and she bought a bunch of food. So we've got a bunch of healthy food here. So I think I'll probably have some, like, chicken and some rice and all that. Hey, what's up, Cuts Lenovo? Cuts Lenovo in the house here, too. What's good, man? Welcome. Yes, Nintendo was founded in 1889. Doomed since 1889 as well. Doomed since 1889. He said arc about to be as long as One Piece. Party man, yo, the party man, the party man. So wait a minute, let me ask you a question, party man. You said this girl works in your building. Do you know that there's something like what's going? You got to give me a couple more details. Like, do you know that maybe she's interested, like, or is it just kind of like, you know that she's like single, like you're still just thinking maybe like kind of gather up some courage to kind of talk to her in that type of way. So like, what's going on there? Like, do you guys just like she aware that, oh, maybe you guys are gonna go out on a date at some point? Like, have you asked her out? Like, remember, you don't have to say be my girlfriend from the very beginning. It can be a very casual, hey, you want to go grab something to drink after work, or hey, you want to go hang out, you know what I'm saying, you want to go like I said, you want to go hang out like after work or something like that. It can be very casual. Team building. You know what I'm saying? Team building. Yes, Sprouts is expensive. Yes, it's very expensive. My wife bought lamb chops that we had the other day. It was like $30 or something for like 3 lamb chops. It was $10 a per chop. I'd rather get chopped than pay that much, but you know what? Whatever. She took the card and she went, so. I looked at the credit card bill and I'm just like, every time I'm just like, just shaking my head every time she comes back from that store. If your relationship ends up as long as the OP is pretty good, yeah. Lamb chops are top though. They are top, but they're just expensive, bro. They're just expensive. You want to come play Nintendo? Yeah. You want to come play Nintendo? Want to come over and play? No, don't say that. Don't say that. Back when I was dating though, before I got married, I did say on there was one girl I played Nintendo with, and there was another girl that was like, you know, she saw my video games that I had, and she was like, "Oh, I bet you're really good at video games." I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Oh, let's play Overwatch together." And I was like, "Nah, I ain't good at that." She's like, "Come on, let's play." So then I bought it on Xbox, but then like I was like, I don't feel like playing. I don't feel like paying for Xbox Live. I don't feel like playing. So I ended up never talking to her again because I didn't see her, because I wouldn't play Overwatch with her on Xbox. OJ, what do you think the Switch 2 next big game of the year? Switch 2 next big game of the year? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see how Dust Bloods and Ocarina of Time remake pans out, or even Star Fox, or Fire Emblem. I think out of all those, I think Fire Emblem has the biggest chance, like in terms of review score, to be like a game of the year. Well, Ocarina of Time, but outside of Ocarina of Time, that's not announced yet. But Fire Emblem definitely has the biggest chance to me. Shoot, go to Costco, OJ, calculator budget. Oh, I have a Costco card. Oh no, I have a Costco card. I got an executive. I got a Costco Black executive member card, brother. I've got an executive member card. I go when we need bulk stuff. I go, but Sprouts has a lot of organic and healthy stuff, man. It's got a lot of organic and healthy stuff. Costco, I really go for diapers. Diapers are really cheap at Costco. Diapers and wipes, you can get a lot for a pretty good amount. So I go there for that, and like certain bulk foods. But like my wife, she needs to start, like, we wanted to start eating like a lot healthier, more organic, and like Costco's definitely not the place for that. So Sprouts is the place for like to get some of like the healthiest like farmer food. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty much from like, you know, like the farmer's market essentially. So a lot of healthy organic food. It just is a bit more expensive, but it's only me, my son, and my wife. So it's not like we're feeding like a family of like 4 or 5 or something. Yo, Patty with the €5. He says the Irish are in the house. Let's get it on, baby. Yes, sir. Let's go. Hey, appreciate you, Mr. Patty. Hey, I appreciate Ireland, man. I appreciate you. You know, appreciate you guys out there. I gotta visit one of these. My boy Jordan Fringe. You know, he takes a lot of trips to Ireland. He loves it. He loves it there. So he absolutely loves it there. Yo, thank you for the €5, man. I appreciate it. I get angry when Smash Bros shows up on your timeline. You get angry. Let's see here. I barely see her because she arrives at different times than me and leaves earlier, I believe. It's pretty difficult to tell, honestly, because I really run into her. Oh, you rarely. You gotta like, bro, come on, bro. You gotta find out that you gotta get there earlier and be like, oh, hey, I was starting work early. Because she arrives at different times than me and leaves earlier, I believe. Yeah, you gotta try to scope out when she gets there. Be like, oh yeah, what time? Like if you catch her, oh, what time do you get here to work and all that? Oh, I get here at this time. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll be seeing you around a little bit more. You know, you gotta scope it, party man. You gotta, like, you know, if you run into her, you gotta get the deets. You can't just be letting her go by without knowing exactly when she shows up. Hey, don't know if you're free, but there's a place I want to try out. Want to join? Perfect. Hey, don't know when you're free, but there's a place. But do you know that she's single though? Like, do you know that she's single? How about that? We got to start there. Do you know that she's single? That's a good one though, Kudo. Yeah, you got to strategize. Shout outs to Patty. Yo, 73 in the room. We are going
Even further beyond.
Yes, sir. We are, what is that? 27 combos away from the platinum on JoJo Friday. Thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate it tonight. Let go. Bruh, it's awkward. I'm figuring some things out as well. We'll see. Oh, yeah. I don't know if she is single. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you got to be careful, bruh. The longer you wait, the more time somebody else will swoop in like a vulture. Swoop down like a hawk. Swoop down like a hawk, bruh. So, hey, what's up, Lucette? Welcome, young lady. How you doing today? That's a eat your breakfast at work kind of yeah. Yeah, it's something like that, man. Something like that. The fruits and vegetables are more cheaper there too. They also have organic options too. But speaking of which, great news, I was able to upper my technique and development. Nice, let's go. Yo, let's go. Yo, D-Man, thank you for the 2 jewels. Appreciate that. Sparkles. Exactly, someone else already praying out. Yeah, somebody else already coming to swoop in. Swoop, bro, let me tell you how sometimes guys be fiending on swooping. So when I was in college one time, bro, okay, we go out to a party, right? We go out to a party. We're all hanging out, you know, college students, whatever, right? So there's this girl I meet there. You know, seems like everything's cool. We're dancing and all that. She seems like cool, whatever. Just do a little kiss, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Or not, well, kind of like a lot. But whatever, right? The whole time we were there. We're walking back, right? We're walking back and she wants to just come hang out at the house, whatever. Nothing crazy. Just come hang out at the house. And I go to talk to my other friend, that one girl, Katie, right? I go to talk to her. Dude, my roommate tried to swoop on the girl that I was with the time that I was walking with her the whole time. And you know, like I said, we had already kissed and everything that night. My roommate literally put his arm around and tried to swoop as we were going back. I'm like, bro, this man, while we were all walking together, this man tried to swoop. So imagine with the power of the internet, and now people like, bro, they will. This man swooped while I'm like, bro, what is going? Like, I'm like, bro, come on, now, what's going on? I just like kind of slowly, just kind of like, you know, but she was more interested in me. She wasn't interested in him, so it was funny though. Shout outs to Johnny with the high five. 100 jewels. I'm gonna say that's just $1. I don't know what the jewels conversion is, but I'm just gonna say that's $1. So shout outs, thank you for the 100 jewels. Let's go. 74 on the board. We are going.
Even further beyond.
Bro, I'm honest. I honestly would be surprised if she was single. LOL. But yeah, I'm not trying to be weird about it. But I'm seeing what I can do. Trust. Okay, for sure, probably, man. I'll let you work on that. I'll let you work on it, bro. That was it wasn't pre-internet days. It was pre-internet. Like the only dating that we had was like Christian Mingle and stuff like that. It was like we had online dating, but nobody was doing online dating in your freaking when you're 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Like that was stuff for like when you're like old, right? When you're like in your 30s or 40s, like when you're older, like when you were at work all day, like people weren't thinking about doing online dating like that back then. I mean, yeah, people did meet online even at that point, but online dating was not like it is now. Like we didn't have like the apps and all that. We did have online dating, like there were a few different sites and stuff, but it was not common at all, like to meet like your girlfriend or boyfriend online. You still would go out somewhere or get introduced at work or something like that, you know? Oh man, so it was something like that. It's farmers only. Yeah. There was something like Black Love Online or something like that, or there was like various different sites, bro, But like, nobody went on those back then like that. That was back when people saw that like you'd be like, there's like a serial killer on there or something like that. This was before like the apps. This was before the apps, before all the app stuff. Okay, yeah, Zeusk. Yeah, Zeusk. Something like Black Planet or something. I don't remember exactly what it was. Zeusk or something. Christian Mingle, like the old school dating sites. Your story would have gone viral if it happened nowadays. What, the swooping? You have the male online dating. What? I appreciate the advice. Hey, no problem, party man. No problem. We're just trying to, get you set up and all that. Get you set up. Get you set up. But pardon me, did you try out that gamer app? You haven't seen like that gamer app for dating? Party man? Just look up the gamer app for dating. I saw it on is it called Zoo or what is it called? I forgot. I saw it on Instagram. There's an app that you can download that has like gamers in your area that you can meet up with. So, oh yeah, people use MySpace for dating too. Absolutely, yeah. So I wonder how these men got catfished on those dating sites. I wonder how they got catfished. I mean, people would put up fake pictures and stuff like that, so that's how they got catfished. So they got catfished back in the day. I never got catfished, but like, I think it's annoying. I never got a girlfriend while I was in high school. You think it was annoying that you never got a girlfriend while you were in high school? Hey, it is what it is, man. Not everybody gets one in high school. Justin with the
that
3.
Makes me think about that Michael Jackson meme where he looks back smiling. That's how they look back when they swoop in. Lol.
Yeah, the Thriller. I mean, yeah, it was definitely that was the swoop, bro. That was the swoop. There was another time I got swooped. I got swooped too, but it wasn't really like a swoop. It was like the girl wasn't feeling me, but I felt like it was like a half swoop. Because, like, I was talking to the girl. I had already, like, went on a date or two with the girl. Like, nothing had, like I said, nothing. We're just, whatever. Nothing. I think we were in high school. I went out on, like, a date or two. We just went to the movies. Nothing happened, you know? So then, like, we went out, like, on a New Year's. For, like, a New Year's, like, party. And, like, I picked her up. And I took her to the place. And, like, we had already went out on a couple dates. And, like, all my homies were there. And she like swooped on, like, she like left and swooped on the homies or something. I don't know. That's what I don't think it was like a swoop, but it was like, wait a minute, hold on. We went together and then she ended up doing something with one of my homies and then something with the other homie, and all in that same night. But then something really embarrassing happened to her with the other homie that I will not talk about, but it was super. I think about one of the most embarrassing things that can happen for a girl to happened when she was with him, and then they made jokes the whole time, and I was just like, you know. But anyway, so it's kind of like a reverse, like I got lamed out or something. I'm not sure. Reverse swoop, yeah, like a reverse swoop. That could be anything, OJ. No, it's a very specific thing. Very specific thing. But it's so funny because years later, after high school, after college, when I moved back, we would hang out. That was the funniest thing. We would hang out and, you know. Oh, man. Sorry, Matt, how many of them got catfished? Oh, how many of them? I'm not sure, bro. Probably a lot of them. Probably a lot of them got catfished. Yo, Flag, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you for the subscription. Yo, what's up, GBC? Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate that. Let's go. Let go. GBC in the house. Also, shout outs to Dan Dips with the $5 dono. Says, yo, party man, take her to Dave and Buster's where you can low-key flex your game skills and have a drink. Also, you can see how she takes the games. That's true. Dave and Buster's is not a good, you know, icebreaker. It's not too expensive. It's not a bad icebreaker. They've got food there if you want to eat some food. You know, the food's not, it's okay. It's good enough. You know, it's good enough there. Yo, thank you, Dan Dips with the $5 dono. Appreciate that, man. What up, OJ? Beat Xenoblade 1. It's fire. Yes, now time to go to Xenoblade 2. Not a bad idea. They also got Mario Kart Arcade. They do. Every time I go to the Dave & Buster's, I always put the Mario GP Arcade because it's so much fun. It's so much fun. I just wish that they had a Luigi's Mansion arcade. That would have been great. Yo, Dan Dips getting us to 82 on the combo board. 82 on the board. Now we gonna go. Almost there. Let's go. Shout outs, guys. What is that? That's 18 more combos. And we are at the platinum. Let's go. Find someone who shares the same interests as you. Yeah, that's not easy, Fire Type. You acting like that's easy. Nimar said he said he was annoyed that he couldn't even get a girlfriend in high school. So, like, it's not easy, bro. How many girlfriends did I have in high school? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5. I'm trying to think. 5, yeah. Was there more? 5. I can remember all their names too. That girl. Yeah, 5. I had 5. But I don't think I had 5 because all the ladies thought I was like incredible looking. I think I had 5 girlfriends because I was popular. I think that's it, because I was athletic. That's it. Not because they're like, oh man, you're like the greatest looking person. I think it was just because I was athletic. And I was just popular. Like, I don't think people liked me, but I was popular. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, the Yellow Kazoo? Welcome. I had no girlfriends in high school. I think you're into guys though, right, Yellow Kazoo? I mean, not trying to say that you're not into, like, whatever you're into, that's fine. Did you know that there was a Mario Kart arcade VR game? VR game? I did know that. Yes, there is one, and that'd be awesome if I can play it one of these days. I have not seen the Michael movie yet, but I'm definitely gonna check it out. Not judging, you can judge. No, it's fine. I legitimately don't care if you like men or women. It does not matter to me. It doesn't matter. I legitimately don't care. I just thought that you said that you had a boyfriend before. You know, like, I think you said something about you had a boyfriend or you have a boyfriend. So I was thinking, okay, well, I thought you were making a joke, like you had no girlfriends in high school because you like guys. Damn, how many girlfriends did I have in high school? My man was slanging. I was no cap. GG's. When you have to think about it. Yeah, I had 5. I had one my freshman year. I averaged like 1 per year. So my freshman year, my sophomore year, my junior year, and my senior year at the very end. But there was 2 in my junior year. Was it 2? Which 2? Was that my junior year and her sophomore year? Anyway, there was 5. Yeah. The black girl, yeah. 2, another girl, Sam. Then the pirate girl. Yeah, there was 5. So it was like between like 1 per year. I think 1 year I maybe had 2. Like one at the beginning, one at the end. And then my senior year, I didn't have a girlfriend all year until the very end of the year. Then I had a girlfriend. And like we went into college just a little bit, but then we broke up. I actually didn't have a boyfriend in high school or college, which was a problem, to be honest. Which it was a problem for you? Yeah, my sophomore year. Okay, the pirate girl, we were on and off. So I don't know. Is it like championship belts where it's like a 2-time girlfriend? What? Is it like Booker T where it's like 5-time? If it's like the same heavyweight championship. So that same girl, we broke up and then we got together, we broke up, and then we got back together between my junior and my sophomore and my junior year. Like we broke, and maybe even my senior year a little bit, but I don't remember. So it was like I know it was between like 2 years. So I don't know if it's like a 2-time, but the pirate girl, yeah, we broke up, we got back together, we broke up and then we got back together. So it was 2 separate times with her throughout the course of like a year or 2. Patty Burke with the 5, he says, tap it out now, be good, talk soon. Hey, shout outs, appreciate that, Patty, appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you for the $5, man. So I don't know if it was like a 2-time with that, but either way, yeah. OJ was the jock who got all the girls. I was a nerd. I wouldn't say I was a jock that got all the girls. No, that would not be what described me. But did I have like a bit more opportunity because I was popular? Yes. Yeah, because like every single Friday, everybody would go to the football games back then, and I'd get the ball like a million times. So people would, oh, it's that guy. Oh, like, oh, he's really good at football. You know, like back then that was like, I mean, even still to now, I think it's still attractive, right? Like, it's still, I don't know. I'm not in the dating game anymore, so I don't know. And women, if they think that they like athletes. So, I mean, it's just something that's just, if you're an athlete, yeah, you have a little bit of a edge compared to like a non-athlete at the school, you know, because I wasn't super tall or anything. But like my friend Cam, he got way more girls. He dated way more and got way more girls, way more. But he was like 6'6". Definitely still like the cheat code was like tall for the most part. Like if you're tall and athletic, then it's like both. He was tall and he also played basketball. Yeah, and he played football too. He played both. Wasn't really good at football or basketball, but he played. But he was like 6'6". So he looked like my friend Cam. He looked like, and like I said, he got a million girls in high school. He looked like the dude from Saved by the Bell, the white guy, the main, like the Zach Morrison. He looked like him, but like way taller, like 6'6". Were you a star football jock? Something along the lines of that, yeah. Something along the lines of that, yes. That's one GF though, right? That's one GF. What do you mean that's one GF though, right? Find it weird that people legitimately got mad at Mudahar for emulating Wind Waker. People didn't get mad at Mudahar for emulating Wind Waker. People think that he's performative, that he just says things and does things for clout. Because he said and did things for clout before the Switch 2 launched about how terrible it was, about how bad it is, about how this and that, and then he went out there and bought it. So people think that he's performative. That's the reason why. Zach Morrison, good, looking, yeah, he looks like Zach Morrison. Yeah, he's married though. He's married and he's got it. After being a swashbuckler for many years, he finally settled down and got married, and has a kid, has a baby girl. So that's good for him. Let's see here. In almost 2 weeks, it marks the 1 year since I graduated high school. And I find it really hard to believe. Yeah, trust me, more years are gonna pass by. More years. Yeah, he was definitely player status, 100%. 100%. Like, he was so player status, he would make fun of the girls. Like, when he, in class, he'd be like, hey man, that girl gave me strep throat, don't talk to her. I'm like, oh. I'm like, ew, that's nasty, dude. I'm like, bro, Cam, you nasty, bro. Get away from me. I ain't talking to nobody. That's the first time I tell me, yo, you talk to him? If I talked to, like, when I was in high school, I would know. I'd be like, you talk to him? You talk to Cam? I'm like, oh, I ain't talking. Nope, I'm good. You talk. There was even one girl I was talking to, and that, like, we were kind of talking to see if there was something, and Cam just swooped from underneath and, like, did something with it. And I was just like, of course. Of course he did. I found out later. Of course he did. Of course he did. Of course he did. I wasn't even surprised when I found out that my friend Cam would do stuff with me. I'm like, yep, of course. So I had to go on a script. I had to sit them down and start asking questions. Do you know who Big Cam is? Like, do you know? Gotta ask questions. Have you talked? Have you seen this man anywhere? If you have, let me know. What are you guys friends? What's going on? It's been almost 10 years since I graduated high school. I know, party man, time's flying, bro. It's flying. I almost got a girlfriend, but I missed all the hints. Oh man, it's like the Sonic fans missing all the hints that the games aren't that good. Same thing with you and the girlfriend, right? I'm sorry, no, I'm just messing around, fam. I'm just messing around. Yeah, sometimes you don't see all the hints, bro. Sometimes you don't see it. Sometimes you don't see it. As a PC gamer, yes, I own a ROG Ally X. I know it's sore spot OJ. Oh, there's no sore spot. And a PS5 owner, Switch 2 is solid. Anyone who says different as well. There's no sore spot. I don't have a problem with anybody. You can own whatever you want, man. You can get whatever you want. You can like whatever you want. I played basketball and did track in high school. Nice, nice. Sonic slander will not be allowed in this hood. 10 years for me, I think you really need to have romantic relationships in high school and college, or you get stunted. Yeah, definitely it's tougher if you've dealt with, you know, people like in that type of way in high school. It helps out for college, and it definitely helps out for after college or just adult life, right? It helps out. So I think it's helped me out afterwards in terms of like dating and things like that afterwards. It definitely helped out for sure, because I was awkward even before that. Like, I don't know if you count like girlfriend, but like in like elementary and all that, but I had little girls. Oh, she's my, you know, we're dating, you know, like when I was in like elementary and stuff, you know, so I had all that, but like nothing, obviously we're little kids, we're not doing anything, of course. So I mean, I did have that. So I mean, it was awkward for me then, even back then it was awkward, but it helped ease, like once I got into high school, it was much easier, you know, like it wasn't like as awkward for me to like say, oh, hey, what's up, you know, whatever, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. Because I had some of that awkwardness in like elementary school and junior high, but it was hella awkward. I remember going on a date like in junior high, like with this one black girl, and she was really thin. She was really nice. She was cute, black girl. And I remember we didn't talk. We, you know, we got our parents to drop us off, and our parents knew that we were going on a date, and we went to like a movie theater, and like we were just like there like the whole time. I was just like we just look and smile at each other every now and then. And then I swear I never talked to her again. Like at school, we just say hi sometimes, but we never went out on another date. Never even seen her. Don't even remember her name. But it was crazy. Like it was so awkward for me. Like so awkward for me in like elementary and junior high and all that. But by the time that I got to high school, it was like a bit easier. A bit easier. It got a little bit. Like I got a lot of the awkwardness out in like my younger years. One other girl I saw while I was at the job said no to me while asking her number. Glad I asked them. That's the worst feeling, bro. That's the worst feeling. It's like, I mean, it isn't, but it isn't. You just say no, it's fine. You move on to the next one. But it's like when I got ethered. Party man, it's the same way. Like when I was dating this one girl, and I got ethered by her. She was like, we were hanging out, we were dating, right? This was before I got married. We were dating. This was like 2017 or something like that. And I was like, we were dating, we were going out on dates. Everything seemed to be okay. She'd come over to the crib, we'd watch movies and all that. We'd go out on a date, go to the movies. But then eventually she just stopped saying, oh, well, I'm busy. I'm like, oh, like, what's going on? Do you like not want to talk anymore? She's like, oh yeah, we can be friends and all that. I was like, nah, I'm good. I was like, nah, I'm good. I ain't trying to get friend zoned over the phone. Nah, I'm good. I'm like, I'm out. I think I just ethered the whole conversation. I ethered the contact, I ethered everything. So yeah, like, so I've been there before, brother. Or the one time that I went to my first year in college, when I wasn't even trying to hit on the girl, but I guess she thought I was trying to hit on her. So like, I went, it was like this one black chick, and I was like, oh, hi, how you doing? You know, my name's OJ. And she looked at me like I was crazy. She like looked at my hand and looked at me and just like stomped off, and I'm like, whoa, what's all that about? You know, like, I think she thought that I was trying to already, you know. I just said hi. I just put a handshake. I wasn't even trying to give her I just a handshake. So sometimes it'd be like that, man. Some people just be like no, or act all weird, or you know, or whatever. Let's see it. We could be friends. This is a nice way of saying I don't want to date you. Yeah, that's why I said nah, I'm good. I don't want to be friends. I said nah, I'm good. Alright, I said have a nice life. I just said. But to be honest, I'm glad that happened though, man. I'm actually glad it happened though, to be honest. She was like 5 years older than me. So I'm kinda glad it happened. So Siri, delete everything. I know, seriously. Hey, what's up, J2 Blue? Yo, the beast is here. J2 in the house. You weren't cool if you talked about it when I was growing up, like talking about boys was like not okay for some reason. That would have been an age gap. Whoa, I'm not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna, no politics, but yeah. As a guy said, as a guy, you can't just be friends with a girl. Oh no, you can, but not after. Like, I can be friends with a girl if that's the thing from the very beginning. If like, okay, we're just friends, okay, cool. But if we were dating like in a romantic type of sense beforehand, because we met off of an app, like a dating app, and then she's like, oh, let's be friends. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to be. Who I need to be friends with you for? What's the point? What's the point? And like, you're going out and dating somebody else, because like she was just going out on other dates with other people. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, just you don't got to talk to me anymore. I'm not that important, you know. I don't feel like my friendship is gonna do anything for her life. You know what I'm saying? So personally, so there's no point. There's no point in me, me doing that. And it's different though if like you're friends first and then you end up dating. Okay, and then you guys go back to being friends. No problem. No problem at all. That's cool. That's fine. But like if the initial thing was because of a romantic thing or like a dating thing, that just seems, to me, it just seems weird to be like, oh, like, I mean, you can just be friends with, that's fine, sure, but like, I'm not. No, we didn't do anything. We just went on a few dates. We didn't do anything at all. Still haven't beaten Star Fox 64, but at least made it to the last level. Hey, there you go, 91 Gamer Boy. Keep trying, man. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. It's a marathon. It's a marathon. Initiate self-destruct sequence. That's pretty much what I did to everything there in the phone. Everything that we talked. Just initiate self-destruct. I'm out. The thing about it is, in college, I actually had way less success in college. So college, I had a girlfriend at the very beginning, but that was the same girl from high school, so I don't count that. So in college, my freshman year, no girlfriend. Outside of that one girl, but once again, that was from high school. Freshman year, no girlfriend. Sophomore year, no girlfriend. Junior year, no girlfriend. Senior year, no girlfriend. No real girlfriend. No real girlfriend. Actually, wait. No, I had one. I had that one, the black chick that was a terrible girlfriend. She was absolutely horrible. So I had one girlfriend throughout college. Just one. But like I said, that's barely even a girlfriend, bro. She was terrible. The worst girlfriend that I've ever had. By far. Like, not even close. Like, she just cheat all the time and all that, but whatever. But yes, initiate that self-destruct. Make sure you guys hit that like button though if you have not hit that like button. If you have questions with the gaming stuff as well, most anticipated games or stuff that you're looking forward to, you can tag me at PlayerEssence, #PlayerEssence. We have only 126 likes. We definitely need some more likes, guys. Let's see if we can get to 150 likes, 24 more likes. Lego. Let's go. Oh, I don't have a problem with the 5-year age gap. To be honest, like that's not a problem for me. Like my wife and I, like I'm more than 5 years older than my wife right now. So like, I don't have a problem with that. But it was just like, Let's see. On my TV, I got an ad for Orbitals. Did you really, Ninmar? That's awesome. They're already doing some ads for that. Cool. By far is crazy speaks volumes to how bad she was. Yeah, most of the girlfriends that I have actually weren't bad. Like my wife now, she's cool. I mean, I did have like a girlfriend that ended up being bad later, but at the beginning it was fine. But it was not, to be honest, it wasn't a good situation. It wasn't a good thing though. So I mean, I'd probably say that, but she was for sure like that chick, the black chick from college, the one that I had in college. She's the worst. I had another one that was bad, but not as bad as that. Nowhere near as good. Like, that's the worst. But outside of those two, every other girlfriend that I had was actually pretty cool. Like, I had, like, if something didn't work out, it's because, like, I said something stupid or I did something stupid, So, like, so, yeah. So, like, all the other girlfriends I had were actually pretty cool. They were pretty cool girls. I think like 3 or 4 years age gap is a limit, older or younger. Yeah, I mean, it depends on like how old you are too. Like if you're in your 20s and like, let's say you're 24 and like the girl's 29, I mean, that might be a no-no for some people, but for other people it might be like whatever, But it depends on like, okay, are you planning on, like, when are you planning on having, like, if you want to have kids or not? Like, obviously there's more complications the older you get. It's like the older you get, then it's a little bit tougher for like, okay, do you have a kid or not? Do you want to have kids or not? Then those are the type of questions like that come into play. You know, do you already have kids? What's going on there? You know. I'm pretty stubborn when it comes to attractiveness. That's a big reason why I tend to have trouble dating. Oh, okay. You're really worried about how they look. I mean, obviously you want to get somebody that attracts like how you look, but at the end of the day, you got to also realize you need to get someone that is good for you. You know, someone that's going to help you prosper too. So keep that in mind. Don't let looks be the be all end all. You know. Let's see here. Yep, there you go. Yep. Yo, Paul Gale. Thank you for the tune-in tier pledge. Let's go. Hey, thank you for the Elite Ninja pledge. Appreciate that, fam. How about some Double Dragon music? Yes, sir. Double Dragon. Let's go. Yeah, this one's awesome. Somebody that is compatible is key. Yes, sir. Exactly. I used to play Double Dragon so much back in the day, my fingers would hurt. Paul Gale. I don't know, Paul, do you have any brothers that you grew up with or sisters that you grew up with playing like NES games in that? My brother and me, we used to play Double Dragon so much our fingers would hurt. Like, we would just play the heck out of this game. Double Dragon 1 and Double Dragon 2, like to be exact, like Double Dragon 2. Oh, I can't even count how many times that my brother and I played this game. So good. Let's see here. OJ, quick question. Do you have any third-party Switch Joy-Cons? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I've got, what do I got? I don't remember. I don't know the names, but I got third-party Switch Joy-Cons. Appreciate that, Yellow Kazoo. The Nixie ones, what's your take on them? Yeah, they're okay. The Nixie ones are okay.
Items.
Yo, Patty, I thought you were bouncing, Patty. My man's back with the gifted membership to Green on Blues. Hey, yo. Let's go. Thank you for the gifted membership. I appreciate that. Mr. Patty. All right, getting us to 90 on the board. We are only 10 combos, 1 JoJo away from the platinum. Hey, yo, let's go, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Mr. Patty. First gifted member, too. Or was it the first gifted member? Do we have one earlier? I don't remember. I think we might have, but I don't remember 100%. Anyway, Patty, you're on the board here. Anybody's one or more gifted bid up? Patty on the board. Hey, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Ireland in the house. And we are also going further than beyond. Let's go. Boom. Oh, OJ, some people call my eye Sharingan. I thought you would appreciate. Oh man, are they trying to? I do appreciate it. I appreciate that. Yo, you got the Sharingan, Yellow Kazoo. So, Yellow Kazoo, what happened to your? You say that you don't have a boyfriend now. What happened to your boyfriend? You guys broke up? Like, was it just like not compatible thing or what? The blisters were worse on the NES. The Olympic sports game killed my hands. Oh yeah. Man, I used to play that so much, dude. So much. We broke up a long time ago, like over a year ago. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry to hear about that, Yellow Kazoo. You'll find somebody. You know, you'll find somebody new. You'll find somebody like always, you know. You just gotta kind of see what rolls your way. Probably not. Haha, there is no one. Probably not. No. You can't get like Yellow Kazoo, you're like what? 29, 20, late 20s, early 30s? What are you talking about? You act like you're never gonna meet anybody ever, you know? But I know dating's pretty bad though. I mean, I'll keep it a buck. You are right though. Dating in today's market, it seems like dating is like the worst that it's ever been. Like it's just been terrible, you know. So I know it's hard out there, boys and girls. I know it's difficult.
Valuable items.
Yo, Patty with another gifted membership. Hey, yo, getting us to 93 on the board. Yo, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Patty. Yo, another one. 2 gifted members. Anybody does 2 or more gifts, you can put my man Patty on the board. 7 more combos, the lucky 7. And we've got a platinum streak with the Cloud Buster Sword coming out. Let's go. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate that. Yo, Stiv, you got the gifted membership there. Super bad. I gave up on myself. I found other ways. Yeah. Man, dating's rough. You are not 47 years old. Stop the cap. Stop it. Stop it, Yellow Kazoo. You're not 47. You can't trick me. You can't trick me. Super bad. Hello, OJ. I just got out of the psych ward from that Steam Deck incident. I'm better now. Yo, hey, some of those guys should be in a psych ward though. Some of those Steam Deck guys should be in a psych ward. If you're telling me that I'm not allowed to, anybody who tells somebody else that they're not like that they got mad and they got salty and calls them a moron for simply trading in their Steam Deck for a Switch 2, you need to be in a psych ward. I'm pretty sure that there's something wrong with you. So I agree. There's definitely should be some Steam Deck schizos that are in a psych ward, bro. For sure. You're not 50? I know I'm not 50. I'm 53. I turned 53 this year. First rule of dating 2026, touch grass and keep your wallet close to them because the vultures are out there. Oh, man. Stop the cap. No cap. Basically, a lot of people, men and women, are hyper-focused on amazing relationships they see on social media, and when they don't think their relationship isn't they take it as it's not that good. Yeah, that's true. I think that affects even relationships of people, like current relationships that people have. I think sometimes that can affect all of us, you know. So yeah, absolutely. People that hate on Switch just do it because they need to let themselves that it's bad to beat the urge to buy it. I think, like I said, I think it's gonna get smaller and smaller. Jez Corden, who is one of the biggest Nintendo haters out there, he wrote articles about how he's happy that let me show y'all the articles he'd be writing, stuff like this. But then he went out. Oh my gosh, man. So, bruh, this is the type of stuff that I'm seeing, man. This is the type of stuff that I'm seeing. This is the type of stuff that I'm seeing right here. Let me go to my bookmarks. This is what... Okay, here we go. Shout out to Dan Dips. Dan Dips linked this to me, but yeah, Jez Corden, he's one of the biggest, I would say, he was one of the biggest haters against Nintendo last year because of the Power World situation and because of, I don't know, just because of, I don't know, Power World and Power World. But anyway, you gotta see this right here, man. He goes, exclusives work. Star Fox, my beloved. So that's what he said. It's coming on May 18th. So that's on Monday. Coming on May 18th. So then I went from Nintendo is the devil to I bought a Switch 2 real quick. And then Dan Dips put this. This is the article that he wrote last year. The Nintendo Switch 2 reveal reminded me how much I take my Xbox for granted. The Xbox Series X and S and features like Xbox Play Anywhere, Xbox Game Pass, cloud gaming, and beyond make me glad I'm not into Nintendo nostalgia. You're not into Nintendo. Star Fox, my beloved, a classic friend, and Star Fox on the 64. He likes Star Fox 64. He spent $500 or $450 or whatever it is in Europe, I think UK or whatever, because of a classic remake of a game. You're not into nostalgia. I swear with these people, bro. Listen. It's not. I'm not trying to hate. Like, oh, but this is what it is with these people. It's just clickbait. When people say, oh, you're a fanboy for. No, I'm not. This is what I'm talking about. When I talk about the IGN articles, or when I talk about the PC Gamer articles, or when I blast this oh no dumbass guy on YouTube, or when I blast Nintendo fraud or Nintendo fraud, when I blast these guys, it's because these guys are hypocritical weirdos that are legitimately just clickbaiting anything and everything when it comes down to Nintendo to get clicks. This was a clickbait. I said it was a clickbait because he already knew that he liked Star Fox. If all it took was Star Fox to get him to play it, why is he talking about I'm not into Nintendo nostalgia? Yeah, you are. You just didn't get what nostalgic game you wanted first. But everybody was writing negative articles on Nintendo, so you have to get in on the negative article thing. People, you can call me fanboy, you can call me this, but people don't want to bring this up. This is the number one thing creators hate. They hate when they actually look at what you said before and say, didn't you say this? Content creators hate that for some reason. They don't like that. It's okay to be hypocritical for a lot of these people. But this is the type of stuff that I was talking about last year, bro. And I watched the Xbox 2 podcast. I think it's a great podcast. I don't have a problem with Jez. I'm not sitting here to bash him outright, but I'm telling you, this mindset is exactly the reason why the Switch 2 is sold, fastest selling system of all time, and why people continue to buy it. They'll sit there, people on YouTube, Twitter, they'll trash it, but then when they get something announced that they want, even if it goes against what they said previously, they'll buy it. That's cool that he bought it, and I'm happy that he bought it for it, but like stuff like this, I said this was clickbait last year. People call me names, but at the end of the day, he's into what he's into.
Valuable items.
All it took was Star Fox for him to buy one, to crack, and for him to buy one. That's all it took. I'm not into Nintendo nostalgia. Yeah, you are. Why are you lying? He intentionally lied. He knew that he already liked Star Fox. He liked Star Fox 64. He already knew that he liked Star Fox. How are you not into Nintendo nostalgia? You didn't all of a sudden like Star Fox from somehow after April 3rd, 2025 to right now. You'd already been liking Star Fox. Why you gotta lie and cap? They just didn't show something that you wanted. And you needed to write a clickbait article to take advantage of the Switch 2 clickbait that was going around. PC Gamer did this, IGN did this, Windows Central did this, a lot of these websites did, and I called it out every time. I'm like, this is all BS, and it's all gonna get proved to be BS later. And literally, every single article has been proved to be BS. Complete cap. You're not into Nintendo nostalgia. Yeah, you are. All it took was Star Fox. That's a class. That's not even a new Star Fox game. It's a freaking remake of Star Fox 64. Come on now, man. Come on now, man. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Why you gotta lie? Just a Stiff, thank you for the gifted membership, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Why you gotta lie? Why you gotta lie about it, bro? You're into it. You just didn't get what you wanted announced. That's it. You know? Thank you for the gift, brother. Appreciate that. Let's go. 96 on the board. We out here. 4 combos away. No accountability for the words stated beforehand, full of crap I personally don't trust. Exactly. Nobody likes accountability, bro. That's why sometimes people look at me, oh, this guy. I don't like this guy. I don't like, oh, he fanboy. You can only call names. No accountability whatsoever. No accountability whatsoever. I'm not into Nintendo nostalgia. Yeah, sure you're not, buddy. Sure you're not. Complete cap. OJ, do you think that do you think that the big will buy a Switch 2? The big? Who's the big? Was that Kool-Aid Man? Jabba the Hutt? Who's the big? Remember Tyrone Biggums? That's how these people begging for a Nintendo Direct right for real. JoJo Friday. It's a little animation that we get anytime on Fridays. Anytime somebody does 10 or more, we get a little nice animation. I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Let's see. LOL. Now, oh no, Banana Guy and Crazy Dean are just lying down. Like I mentioned, Milestones chat. Now Dean is so desperate he's defending Wii U. That's his opinion. That's fine. I don't really care about opinion stuff like that. The only thing that I care about is actual like lies, like per se. Oh, game key cards take away ownership. No, they don't. They don't take away any ownership any more than any other game does, digital game or any other game out there. So that's a lie. Or oh, you know, other stuff like Nintendo Switch 2's not selling. It's not selling well at all. No, that's a lie. Or oh, buyer's remorse is real. No, that's a lie. You just focused in on negative things and ignored all the positive reviews that have been up that Nintendo Prime completely exposed you on 100%. And I made a video on it too, but Nintendo Prime also made a thorough video exposing that the large majority of people are actually happy with their purchase last year. So you're a fraud. That's a lie. Those are all lies. You know? Those are, so I'm just worried about that. I don't care about their a personal opinion. I don't care about. If you think the Wii U and the Switch are equal, that's fine. You're an idiot, but that's fine. You know, if you think that, I don't have a problem with it. It's no big deal to me. It's no big deal at all. But what I have a problem with is lying. Specifically lying about sales numbers and things and about data, manipulating data. That's what I care about. And that's what Banana Man and Nintending do. They manipulate data, or just outright lie about stuff to their audience to make money. It's a grift. So I don't care about their personal opinions on what's good or bad or whatever. Who cares? Like, I don't think these guys even play games that much, to be honest. But like, what I do care about is lying to the public. That's what I do care about. Yeah, I don't care if he buys one or not. The only reason why I pointed out Jez was because this hypocritical nonsense and this clickbait that, you know, that people called me names for and will still call me names for to this day and say that you're this and that when I called out all this stuff last year. I called it out for being fake, and it was fake. A lot of this stuff was fake. The IGN article was fake. The PC Gamer articles were fake. This article was fake. It was all clickbait mandated from the people above to just simply make money. He knew good and well that he liked Star Fox. He knew good and well that there's certain Nintendo franchises that he likes. He knew good and well. They just didn't announce a Star Fox game. So he said, oh, I'm glad I'm not into Nintendo nostalgia. They had brand new games. They had new games announced at that event too. Had nothing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the whole thing was a farce. Xbox features like Xbox Play Anywhere. You can already play a Switch 2 anywhere. You can already play, if you buy a Switch 2 game, it's a hybrid device. You can already play it anywhere. And unlike Xbox Play Anywhere, you don't need two separate devices to play anywhere. With Xbox Play Anywhere, you need to buy the other device to play it anywhere. With Switch 2, you don't. The home device and the portable device are all in one, and it comes with a dock and the two controllers. / one controller, whatever you want to count it as. Technically two. So what do you need Play Anywhere with Nintendo for? You already can play anywhere without buying a separate device. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this was clickbait. This was clickbait, and there was a lot of other clickbait. And like I said, he wrote a lot of scathing articles and stuff. So I'm just saying, man, for someone who's writing so many scathing articles and talking about you don't fall for nostalgia and all that, you really switched up real quick. That's all I said. I don't mean it as like I said, it's not hate. I'm just simply pointing out a lot of the nonsense that happened last year. That's all it is. Fratanga? Well, he's one of the biggest. He's unhinged. That guy's an unhinged schizo. I don't think he's mentally well. So yeah, like if he bought one, that'd be crazy. But yeah, he's unhinged and a schizo, like a PC schizo. Master Sword on St. McDonald's drive through the Mario voice. Master Sword on fire at St. McDonald's drive through the Mario voice. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Brandon, but shout outs, brother. The whole game card key debate is stupid. How many times did you pop a PS4 or PS5 game in, have to sit through download before you can even touch the game? It's all the same thing. It's not quite the same thing because, yeah, while you're correct, you do have to sometimes download updates and patches. A lot of times those, you don't need those to actually play the game. The game is on there. But yes, there are a lot of times crucial functions and features or bug fixes. But the issue that people have is the fact that, you know, the game's not on the disc in general. Now, yes, there are some games that where, you know, where you do need to actually download like the game for it to function. So for example, the upcoming game, like Assassin's Creed Shadows, Star Wars Outlaws, the upcoming 007 game, there are a number of games where you actually need to like download the game for it to function or for it to work. But there's a lot of games where you don't, where it'll work right out of the, you know, right out of the, like, from the disc, you know. But like I said, if you don't download the update, you might get bugs, you might get glitches, you might not get certain features. So, yeah, that's the thing. Let's just shout outs to Just Another Artist. Thank you for the 200 Sunshine Core Crystals. Hey, yo, the jewels coming through. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you for the 200. I didn't know what that was. Apparently, YouTube might just give you some when it comes to it. I'm not sure. Sometimes, like, I don't know what's going on with those, but they're like bits. Yo, Brandon with the high five. Thank you for that, man. Appreciate the gift. High five 100 core crystals or jewels. Keep on calling them core crystals. That's Twitch. Let's go. They give you like 1,000 to start with, I think. Okay, they give you 1,000 to start with. All right, everybody give me all of their 1,000. I'm joking. Yeah, they're like bits. Yo, Eagle, thank you for the 20 core crystals, man. I appreciate that. What's the next game you buying, OJ? Yoshi. Yoshi next week. Yoshi. What about you guys? What are you looking forward to? Let's see. My Twitter is so dumb. It's just useless information and bad jokes down your throat. Well, your Twitter is based on your algorithm. So if you're looking up useless stuff and bad jokes, then that's what you're getting, you know? So that's what you're gonna get. Yo, David, thank you for the 10 jewels. Appreciate that. Let's go. Appreciate that. Let's get it. Let's see here. Like, wasn't there news where Nintendo received a bomb threat and one weirdo say Nintendo fan who did it, bruh? Yeah. Somebody said that on Twitter. Thoughts on the Adventures of Elliot? It looks really good. I made a video on it a while back where I talked about more like what I think about the game and like what I'm excited for. I haven't made anything since then, but check it out. Check out that video. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a day one buy for me. I just wish it wasn't a game key card, but you know, whatever. Elliot. Maybe I'll talk about that game again. Maybe I'll talk about it. Yeah, I made it back in August of last year. But yeah, it's a good video. I think it's a good video. Not that many people watched it though. How well did it do? 9,000 views. Not too bad. Not too bad. Check that out if you get the opportunity. Already pre-ordered physical copy of Rebirth Switch. Nice. As soon as June starts, gaming summer is about to be crazy. Yes, Adventures of Elliot. I'm looking forward to that game a lot. I don't really do gaming anymore, but streaming with chat interaction is still fun. You don't play video games anymore? Why did you stop playing video games, Yellow Kazoo? What happened? Why'd you stop playing? Why'd you stop playing? What happened there? I don't know. I just don't really play anymore. You don't know? You just don't play anymore? Okay. It is what it is. As a side note, particularly did buy a Switch 2 at launch, then returned, sold it immediately after he made a terrible Switch 2 review video. Apparently that's a W to him. What a weirdo. Oh, that was just clickbait for him to do that. I remember seeing, I didn't watch the video, of course, because that's a waste of my time. But yeah, that's just basically was clickbait for him. And that's fine. Let's see here. OJ, do you like hype moments, aura moments, and peak fiction and potential above gameplay? No, gameplay is always the best. The best hype moments, aura moments, peak moments come during the best gameplay. So, like a peak moment, for example, in Mass Effect 2 is the suicide mission, where like you have to pick the best teammates to go on the different like paths, and if you don't pick the best ones, they die or something happens bad, right? So that to me, that's incorporated into the gameplay. The music, everything kind of incorporates all of it because you're still picking who you need to, like what you need to do, and then it factors in to who you have available at that time. You know, so no, absolutely. Like to me, the peak moments are always intertwined with gameplay. A lot of the times, many of the times, you know. Feel like listening to it. I just finished Requiem and now I'm chilling a bit with games. Yeah, take a little break. That's what I have to do after Xenoblade. I have to kind of detox just a little bit and just take a little. I think I took about a clean week off, week or 2 weeks off. So definitely took some time off. So many games coming out. Well, I'll need about 350. I don't really enjoy it as much as once I did, so I got kind of pivoted my channel. Oh, okay. Well, I think you should, like, whatever games that you played when you were growing up or whatever games that you played back in the day that you felt that were fun, and that's one way to get back into gaming if you're looking to do that. I mean, you don't have to play games on your channel. Like, you don't have to, you know, you can just play games on your free time for fun, you know? Well, he did it just for clickbait and to, you know, actually have the system so he can, you know, dookie on the system because he was talking about how bad it was before it even launched. He didn't play any games. He didn't really do a real review. It was just like I said, he's a schizo. So, I didn't really take anything he has to say seriously. When it comes to Switch 2, I don't take anything a lot of these people have to say seriously. So, once again, and I'm here for a debate. If anybody wants to debate those things, I've said it a million times, but none of these people actually want to discuss. One guy tapped out. Oh my God! Some of you guys that weren't here earlier, one guy wanted to debate that Nintendo being, you know, God, what did he say? Erroneously or egregiously anti-consumer. And I was like, okay, well, how are they compared to Microsoft and Sony when it comes to like the prices and all that? And like, you know, he tried to start with like a very weak body blow and was like, oh, well, back in the day, you got 2 controllers. And I'm like, okay, well, you don't get 2 controllers for Microsoft and Sony. And with the Steam Machine, you're not even going to get a controller with it at all. You got to buy it separately. And it's going to be more expensive. And then I said, and technically speaking, you get 2 full controllers with or you get 2 controllers with the Switch 1 and the Switch 2. So what are you talking about? So that means that they're actually more consumer friendly than Microsoft and Sony, where you don't get 2 controllers in the package. So then once he was, you know, wrong about that, he pivoted to, oh, well, the system went up from 300 to 500. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, Microsoft and Sony, they've also went up from multiple price increases. They went up from the previous gen. And then on top of that, they've also increased the price by upwards of $150 to $200 for their flagship systems, the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 5 Pro. PC handhelds have also jumped up dramatically in price and are expensive. Valve got rid of their $400 Steam Deck and basically gave you a $150 to $250 price increase on the Steam Deck, since you can't buy the $400 one directly from them. So what's going on there? And it doesn't come with the dock, and it doesn't come with 2 controllers. So then after that, he ran away. He ran from the chat. He got knocked out. That one, he got cooked and he just ran away from the chat. So yeah, that's just you know, He tried though. I'll give him credit. He tried, but it didn't work out the way that he thought it was gonna work out, you know? Didn't work out that way. Have you played Blade Chimera? No. First games I got into were probably the Wii Sports games. So yeah, maybe go back and play some of the Wii Sports games and see what you think about that. Let's see here. Kiwi comments had me a bit confused on PlayStation being a stronger global gaming brand. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's talking about because there's at no point was the PS4 or the PS5 more global than the Nintendo Switch 1. The Switch 1 handily outsold the PS4. I mean, at the beginning, yeah, maybe it was, but the Switch 1 handily outsold it. And then his talk about Europe compared to that, them outselling them, and it's like, I don't think so. Switch 1 sells pretty good in Europe, and PlayStation, their sales are mainly in Europe and in the US. In Japan, they're dry. In lots of parts of Asia, they're dry. In lots of parts of other, they're dry. PlayStation doesn't sell crazy big numbers in parts outside of Europe and the US. That's where the large majority of their sales are Europe and the US. But for some reason, he's like, oh, well, it's all skewed towards Japan and the US for the Switch. And I'm like, no, it's not. Europe, it's good in Europe. Yeah, sure, it's not as good as Europe is not as good as Japan or the US, but Europe is, I think, equal in terms of how much Nintendo sells with the Switch 1. I think Europe sold maybe a little bit more in Europe, but obviously per capita people, Japan's more popular. The Switch is more popular there. But yeah, I did not understand what he was trying to say. Like, I get it that obviously people, the FIFAs and stuff like that can be more of a global brand for some people, depending. But if you're just looking at Nintendo as a gaming brand, Nintendo as a gaming brand is more global and more popular and more known than Sony, in my opinion, based off of the Switch. More people know of Mario, know of Zelda, know of what Nintendo does as a gaming brand than what Sony does. I think a lot of people just see Sony as a system that you can play FIFA on, or that you can play NBA 2K, or that you can play Fortnite on. Whereas Nintendo is known as a global gaming brand and icon, which is one of the reasons why that when Nintendo puts out a movie like the Mario Bros movie, it absolutely destroys Uncharted and the other movies that they've put out, because Nintendo as a gaming brand is incredibly popular. So yeah, I didn't know what he was talking about there. It didn't make much sense what he was saying. Because apparently Europe is the most important gaming market for these journalists and grifters, whereas Japan not so much. I'm not gonna call him a grifter or anything. I don't think he's that. I just think that in the area that he's in, obviously with the Switch 2, maybe it's just not as popular, and that's fine. But Europe, the Switch sells pretty good. Some regions like France and even like Spain in some places, Switch 1, it was the dominant system. And other regions like the UK and all that, PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 is more dominant. But overall, when it comes to Europe, Nintendo's a dominant brand there too. They're dominant in the Japan, they're good in Europe, and they're dominant in the US. And if you're looking at the Japanese, or you're looking at the worldwide sales right now for PlayStation 5, they're pretty much only selling in Europe and the US. The sales have dried up. They only sold 1.5 million units for the past quarter. The sales have completely dried up in other parts. If they were selling incredible in everywhere in the world, they would have sold more than 1.5 million units in that first quarter, and they wouldn't have needed to drop the price down to, you know, $100 discount during Black Friday in order to outsell Nintendo, you know. So in my opinion, at least, it's hard to say that, oh, well, they're a bigger gaming brand because of what? Because of Europe and because of some parts of Asia, maybe like India or something. No, that doesn't make them a bigger gaming brand, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm going based off numbers though. The Switch 2 sold 156 million units. The PS4 sold what, 120 million or something like that, maybe a little bit less. The PS5 is tracking below the PS4, so I mean, like, no. Let's see. But hey, it is what it is, you know. OJ, do you think the Switch 2 will outsell the PS6? It's hard to say that the Switch 2 is going to outsell the PS6 when the PS6, we don't know anything about it. We don't know the price. We don't know the features. We don't know the functionality. We don't know the rollout. We don't know the cross, like we don't know any of that. So it's like really easy for me to just say, yeah, it's going to. Like, but we need to know more. It's too early to tell. It would just be like a blind guess on my end, right? So I played on Switch 2, 80% handheld. It's great. Yeah, handheld mode works well with Switch 2. Yes, yeah, software lineup is going to be key. I think the thing though with the PS6 versus Switch 2, by the time that the PS6 comes out, Switch 2 is probably going to have Zelda, it's probably going to have Mario, and it's probably going to have Smash Brothers. Like, if PS6 comes out in 2027, I'm guessing Nintendo's going to have Zelda this year, and they're going to have Mario, and they're going to have Smash Brothers maybe next year, and they're also going to have Pokemon. So, I mean, it's going to be one of those three. Between all those games, there's going to be one of them. System sellers, right? Pokemon, Animal Crossing, 3D Mario, Big Zelda, Smash Brothers. By the end of 2027, the earliest that we're probably going to see the PS6, 3 of those are going to be out. We know of Pokemon, so that's confirmed. Zelda seems to be somewhat confirmed. So there's going to be either Animal Crossing, Mario, or Smash Brothers before the end of next year. So 3 of the 5 are going to come out. So, and if Nintendo can somehow hold that $500 price tag, I mean, that's going to be obviously pretty good. And then plus all of the backwards, you know, the already released evergreen games, Pokemon Pocopia, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mario Kart World, all of these games that are coming out, Star Fox, Splatoon Raiders. Also, there's Splatoon 4. That's like the 6th big game. So between those 6, at least 3 are going to be out by the end of next year. I'm not counting Splatoon Raiders as a Splatoon 4, you know? So they can barely release games for PS5. I don't see how they can have a better output for PS6. They can have a better output because instead of making and canceling live service games, that they can actually make regular games. So the reason why Sony's output is trash this generation is because they canceled a bunch of, they put all their money into live service games and had to cancel all of them. So that's the reason why their output is bad. So if they actually just refocus and put their output into making regular games, they can have a better output than they did with the PS5. So, well, I mean, I don't care if you guys are personally into whatever these IPs or not. These are all big selling IPs. It's relating to what Felipe asked about, can it outsell the PS6? I'm just saying, I don't care if you like them or not. What I care about is, okay, are they popular that can sell systems? That was the whole point, not whether you're into it or not. Maybe the PS5 could release, I think that PS6 can release in 2029. No, I don't think it's going to be 3 years from now, no. Pikmin 5 with mouse support. Just watch PlayerEssence. Pikmin 5 with mouse support. I think, yeah, that's probably going to be something, yeah. The PS5 Pro is $899 and the PS6 could be announced around that price point. It could be. They could try to subsidize it. They're looking at different ways. I'm wondering how structured or coordinated their output can be if they truly do have those rumored 3 SKUs, dock, handheld, main console, and Series S Lite version. All that's a bad idea. Like, all of that stuff is a bad idea for the PS6. It's too confusing, and I don't think it's a good idea. I think they should make one system and subsidize that one system. But, you know what? If they want to make 15 different versions, I think that's a really bad idea, especially like with PS5 already being a thing. PS5, PS5 disc, PS5 digital, PS5 Pro, PS5 disc, PS5 digital, PS6 handheld, PS6 S version, PS6 powerful version, PS6 disc version. I mean, it's too much. PSVR, PS Portal. It's too much. It's way too. All this stuff is launching from 2025 or 2020, right? 2020 and up. This is all this stuff. That's too much hardware. That's too much hardware. Oh, shout outs to Paul Gull. Thank you for the 57 months too. I appreciate that. Let's go. Only 2 combos away from a platinum and Link coming out on the screen. Let's go. It's not like exclusives carry the PS brand. They don't. What carries the PS brand are third-party games, but exclusives definitely help out, you know? PlayStation is for me third-party games console, and the first-party games, Astrobot is a nice gimmick. I just want to play games without running into problems like PC. Me too. That's why I have a PS5 Pro. OJ, even with regular games, they took forever with bloated budgets since their cultivated fan base only accepts big graphics games. Yeah, that's why they rely upon third-party games so much. But yeah, I mean, I think the output's just going to be better. It's just going to be better than what it was with that. So yeah. Yeah, somebody asked me the other day if I would go back on the Spawncast, and I'm like, dude, I don't think they want me back on. Who, John? If you ask John, can I be back on the Spawncast? I'm almost positive John wouldn't say no. So if you want to go back on, you can go back. I'm pretty sure if you ask him, hey, can I be on the Spawncast? He'll be like, sure, come on the Spawncast, you know? So I don't think that he doesn't want you back on or anything. I don't think so. So I don't think that's the case. That's funny. I don't think I would have much to contribute to the convo. Yeah, there you go. If you're not really playing games anymore, then yeah, you don't really have much to contribute. That's more of a reason to not come back on than anything, you know? I thought PS fans hated handhelds. Yeah, the handhelds weren't a big deal or weren't anything when, you know, when Sony stopped making them. But now that Sony's gearing up to make one and the PS Portal came out, all of a sudden, yes, we're back on handhelds. No, that's just some crazy. That's just schizos online. A lot of PS fans have PS5 and have a Switch or Switch 2 as well. A lot do. Just another artist with the $2 says, W stream, can I get some Tower Temple from Zelda? Yes, you can. Tower Temple. Tower Temple. Tower, you mean Stone Temple? Yeah, I think you meant Stone Temple. This is a crappy version of it. Let me do this. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just another artist with the $2. Let's get us to the platinum. Hey, yo. We are going.
Even further beyond.
Appreciate that, my man. Just another artist. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. Let's go. Hold up. Let me see if we can get that little notification for the limit break. We out here tonight, guys. Nintendo being anti-consumer in certain things better than the haters can. Yo, imagine the Vita, the PSP, the Portal, the PSP Go, and etc. didn't happen. Imagine, I'm not sure what would happen. So I have to see the death of PS brand loyalty. PS brand loyalty is actually pretty high. Like a lot of people just will buy PlayStation for like third party, like off the top, off the rip, you know. Are you joining the Spawncast podcast tomorrow? Yeah, the Spawncast tomorrow is going to be early. I think it's going to be like around 12 o'clock my time, noon. So I'm going to have to check to see if I can join it. I might not be able to because John has he has like a baseball game or something like with his son or something like that. So the Spawncast is going to be a little bit earlier, like a few hours earlier than it usually is. Actually, like a lot of hours earlier than it usually is, right? I think it starts around what, 6 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock their time. So it's going to be earlier. It's going to be, I think, around 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock their time. It might be a shorter show, so I might be able to join. I might not be able to join. I'm not sure. So if I don't join the Spawncast, then I'll do a night stream. I'll do like a night Saturday stream for you guys. Um, what's up, OJ? Haven't been here in a while. I hope Asha can create a better path for Xbox future. They desperately need some wins. Yeah, I think she's doing okay for right now. She's definitely turning some things around in terms of what some Xbox fans want. So. Shout outs though, guys. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Let's go. I just noticed they pushed out 007 Switch 2. I just noticed they pushed out 007 Switch 2. What does pushed out mean? You mean delayed? Yes, that was delayed. How dare John Go make memories and support his son while ignoring us? I know, seriously. I just hope Sony gives up on Bungie early as possible and moves on to single-player games again. They're doubling down on Marathon, man. They're doubling down on Marathon. So they say that they're going to bring like a PvE and like different type of stuff there. So there's going to be different types of game modes there for that. So it's going to be interesting for sure. They're definitely doing some interesting things with that game. Doing some interesting things. They cesarean section 007 for Switch 2. I know, they just pushed it out. Push! Sony doesn't update their million sellers like Nintendo does, right? Sony hasn't given us sales data on their games for like... The last time that they actually gave somewhat consistent sales data for video games was like 2021 or so. Like, it's been a lot since like the PS4 era. I think the PS4 era, there was a leak that showed a lot of the games, but like we haven't gotten consistent sales numbers from Sony in a long time. It's been a hot minute. Have you ever played Shadowheart? Yeah, I played Shadowhearts. I think I have, at least. I mean, where the hell is Elden Ring? I beat it on PlayStation, including Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC, but I'm dying to play this. Well, it's coming. Watch my video today. I actually talk about Elden Ring and the Dustbloods. Katakawa both confirmed that both of those games are going to be for 2026. So it's coming. It's coming. It's probably going to be sometime in the summer or fall. I think you meant 2017. 2917. That's a long time from now. At this point, Sony is lucky they break even. Oh, they're Sony's very profitable because of third-party games and stuff like that. Yeah, watch all my videos. If you watch my videos, you'll know what's happening with all the different third-party Switch 2 games, or all the games on Switch 2, because I cover everything. I cover everything Switch 2, so you'll always see it. But yeah, I talked about it in today's video. Elden Ring has a July release date on Amazon, doesn't it? Amazon, no, it doesn't have any set release date, and that release date's not confirmed. But yeah, there's no release date yet. There was a Canadian site that listed Elden Ring for July 9th. I hope that's not the case, because that's a month with has Grand Blue Digimon, My Poor Wallet. Yeah, I don't, guys, listen. A lot of times when these retailers list a date, it's not correct. Like, I've seen so many times where they list the release date and it's just not correct. You know, so I'm not gonna sit there and say that it's that date. We don't know. We don't know what date it's gonna be, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be summer sometime. Yo, D-Man, thank you for the 10 jewels. Appreciate that. Thumbs up, baby. Let's go. Sony could make an Astrobot live service game like Fall Guys, and I hope they don't do that because it failed too often. Yeah, they're not gonna do that. So, RE9 Amiibo up for pre-order. I wish I liked Amiibo more, but I don't. Can't lie, I have no interest in Elden Ring. Yeah, I don't really have too much interest in it. Outside, I just want to see how it runs and plays. So there's a stranglehold on the digital game sales for PlayStation. Can't buy them anywhere other than their own storefront. Yeah. Sony and PlayStation should be viewed separate. If you look at them like that, the Xbox is a success because Microsoft makes bank. Oh man, but I think Sony's a bigger core part of the PlayStation is a bigger core part of Sony's overall business than the Xbox is a bigger core part of Microsoft's business, if that makes sense. Like, Sony makes way more money perspective to the overall health of Sony than Xbox does for Microsoft. So probably not far off from July. Yeah, I would expect July or August or something like that. I can see it coming out then. They just want to make sure everything's perfect when it comes, or everything's as good as it could be when it comes to that. So yeah, hopefully From Software was able to polish that up a bit. The recent previews seem to show that they did that, but the fact that it's not even on the eShop yet is interesting. Yeah, I think they're just kind of waiting for like the announcement and like the actual, like, I think there's probably like a direct or something that's gonna talk about the release date, because that's a pretty big game. So there'll either be announcement on Twitter, or there'll be announcement like on like a direct or something. Fun fact, I was reminiscing right now, but it was the first female on the Spawncast. If you didn't know, you're the first female on the Spawncast. Really? That's interesting. Cool. Good stuff. Jeopardy question. Spawncast. First female. The yellow kazoo. But all right, guys. We are going to wrap it up here. I want to say thank you to everybody that came out to today's stream, man. We had a lot. We had a lot of new people come through. So I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. Thank you guys for being awesome. Thank you guys for coming through. Seriously, you guys are goated, man. I appreciate everybody that came out today. Check out my most recent video. My most recent video is doing pretty good, so I appreciate you guys watching. So thank you guys so much for that. I really appreciate it. Big love to everybody here. Appreciate that. Big love to everybody here. Appreciate it. And also, check out like I said, check out the video if you haven't seen it. It's really good. I talk about Elden Ring, the big Dust Bloods update. We talked about that. We talked about Final Fantasy, and we also discussed the Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. So a lot of cool stuff when it comes to Nintendo and RPG games and all that. So check it out. We also had a Fire Emblem video that ended up being false, but I knew it was, and I said that in my video, and I just talked about when we could actually see it, like with a real release date. So all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for being awesome. Greetings from Germany. Hey, shout outs to my German peeps out there. So thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate that. Amazing show tonight, and we will see you guys for the next one. All right, peace out, homies.